Smith Falls, welcome back, my friends. It's so good to have you back. And to those of you who are here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Smith Falls on Smith Falls. Say it in whatever order you want. It's kind of like Smith Falls, Ontario, except on doesn't stand for Ontario. It just stands for on. The microphone is on. My guests are on the show. My podcast is on your pod? Don't use a lot of pods these days for podcasts, do we? I'm sure some do. Word etymology. It's kind of like the history of words. There's somebody else I know who's quite into history. A couple people, in fact. And I have them on the show today. They are Outerbridge. They are the Outerbridges. They are Ted and Marion Outerbridge. Some people may call them magicians. Some people call them illusionists. I call them friends. We moved to this quaint little town right around the same time. Those magicians, those illusionists, and I, me and my wife, my partner in crime, we came up here, they came up here. We almost got in a fight with them about a house. No, not really. We weren't going to fight them, but they did want the same house as us, and they got it. So we had to look elsewhere. It's all good. We got a house that we're very happy with. Anyway, this isn't about me. This is about Ted and Marion Outerbridge. We had a great talk. They have a show, by the way. We talk about it in the convo. But I want to talk about it right here, right off the top, right off the hop. Outerbridge Clockwork Mysteries. They are performing. And you can go watch them for real, in real life. When you go to smithsfallstheater.com, the website, you can buy tickets. Prices are amazing. I think it's like $20, around $20 for kids, $30 for adults. What? So affordable. They put on an amazing show. These folks are world-class people. World-class. They are world-class, people. They're also world-class people. But they are world-class illusionists. They are world-class entertainers. They play Vegas. They play China. They play all over our country. And here they are in our little town at our little theater. Local illusionists, local town historians, really, is what they've become. They're running a little effort on Facebook called The Keyhole House, all inspired by the journey that they've had discovering the history of their own house, which has led them into delving further into the history of our town. And our town is now richer for it. But before we get to that convo, it's time to talk sponsors. Back supporting the show today is Water and Rail, folks. I was out at a show last night and I saw four of these hoodies all at the same show. It was like a little club that maybe you're not a part of yet, and you should be. Water and Rail, Smith Falls local clothing and lifestyle brand. They just got new sunglasses. I got a pair. They're sweet. They got these bamboo arms on them. They got that sort of natural feel, modern look, Ray-Ban style-ish. A couple different colors to choose from. You can save 10% on Water and Rail sunglasses this time, or hoodies. Sunglasses or hoodies. Just go to the Arts Hub. That's the only place you can buy this Water and Rail stuff. They are stocked at the Arts Hub. And use a discount code. Use a discount code PODCAST10. PODCAST10 is the discount code that will save you 10% on Water and Rail hoodies or sunglasses. Do it. And I'm very pleased to be talking about our next sponsor, Bowie's.
I am going down to Bowie's.
Have you gone down to Bowie's? I go down to Bowie's a lot because it's just such a nice place to go. I'm going to run through the Bowie's calendar for you folks just real quick. The weekly calendar looks like Wednesdays, trivia. They've got trivia every Wednesdays, sweet local prizes. You go, you have some fun with some friends, you answer some trivia, 2 rounds. Pat runs it. It's fun. It's fun-y. It's a blast. I go every Wednesday I can. Trivia, 8 to 10-ish. Show up by 8. Fun times. Trivia. Where is my mind? Trivia at Bowie's. Thursday nights is the open stage. That's always a blast. You want to come down, you want to sing a song or two, you want to hear people singing a song or two. Doesn't matter if you're just beginning and you want to try something out for your first time on a stage in front of a microphone, or if you've been doing it for years and just want to keep doing it. Go. You can even get up and tell a poem if you want. If that's your fancy, it's all about letting the locals shine, get up behind that microphone, and be cheered on by your brothers and sisters. Now, Fridays, that's new music night at Bowie's. Wonderful acts. It's a pay-what-you-can type event. You throw some money in the hat. You cheer the music on. It's a great Friday night. Live music, new music at Bowie's. Discover your next favorite act. These people are going places. Pat should be off working A&R for some record label, but instead, he's slinging you beer and feeding the acts that you get to be all hipster and say you liked them before they were cool. Friday nights at Bowie's, new music night. Saturday, more music. The Beached Whalers, it's jazz night. They're amazing. That jazz, ooh, just gets right under my skin. Jazz. The Beached Whalers every Saturday night. And then, of course, Bowie's has a monthly songwriter series. This time it's Zach Lucky coming back, folky country songster, Canadiana. I love Zach, and he puts on quite a show. He's playing Bowie's Sunday, August 15th at 7 p.m. Now, we're still under COVID rules here, so no individual tickets for sale here. It's $150 a table. Go buy a table, bring out your family, bring out your bubble, your pod, whatever you've got working for you right now and during these times. Sunday, August 15th at 7 p.m. It's Bowie's, 20 Russell Street. Largest selection of craft beer in Smiths Falls. Best place to go see new music and hang with the cool kids at Bowie's. Okay, we're going to get to my fantastic and very interesting convo with Outerbridge. I had to go buy headphones today. I bought both those pairs today. I was like, I'm going to get white for Marion. And you color coordinated.
Look, exactly.
Yeah,
Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry,
like magic.
Yeah.
I tricks of my own.
Thank you.
I know. Thank you. Hang on.
That's a lot of love.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
And give me a check 1, 2 there. Just say a few things for me, Ted.
Did what? Check.
And
Hello.
get you
Check.
much louder.
Every time I think of you. Quando.
So you see, there's a reason why he is not a singer.
Yeah.
You could be a voiceover artist, though.
He could be.
Yeah.
And
You got a
Yeah.
nice, deep, resonant voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could. If I'm reading something, as long as I don't have to know anything.
Oh, no, you don't
good.
have to know anything.
Yeah, I can
do
read.
a fair amount of voiceover
I
work
can read.
myself.
Yeah.
You just got to read it. You can read
So-
read it 50 times if you want. You just
Maybe
pick the
you
best
could be
one.
my agent and get me work, and I'll give you a cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about setting up like an agency site.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I used to work for an e-learning company.
Okay.
And that was my job. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't like as much like commercial voiceover. It was more like, it was sales training
yeah.
Sure.
specifically.
Okay.
It was sales training and training for first responders on how to deal with domestic abuse cases.
Oh, wow. That's
Ew.
tough. That's rough.
I don't know if I could do that.
Well, sometimes it's
scar
just like
you.
you have to be like the narrating doctor type. Anyway, we've actually been rolling for like the last 3 minutes.
Oh,
great.
fantastic.
Because it felt so
I
good.
know. This
It
is
felt good.
awesome.
I like it here. I'm just, yeah. I'm going to open this
So
can
you brought
now.
me some drinks. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff said you would like this one.
I do like this
And,
one. I feel like I may have had this one. Yeah, I've had this one once before. And I'm no stranger to Belgian ales.
Okay.
I've had a lot of different kinds of beer. I used to work promotions for Molson.
Wow.
So I got
I was a
wow.
Molson dry girl and Molson
Yes.
expert.
My wife.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I was doing rave parties.
That was the clincher when I was wondering, should we get married? And then
Yeah.
she's a Molson dry girl.
Yep,
That
that
was
it.
exciting.
Dancing on beer boxes.
I can tell by everything you said that was a little before my time with the company because they were not promoting those brands at all when I worked for them. It was all Coors Light. They had
Okay.
Coors Light girls.
right.
Specifically
No.
Coors Light French maids.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
No.
Well,
I had a
my
blue
wife-
unitard.
Stood in a blue unitard when she was a Molson dry girl on a stack of beer cases at a rave party with their own private bouncers.
Yeah, we all had our
dancing.
own bouncer. We were
And
like
then,
20 dancers. It was pretty
And
spectacular.
then you were a Molson girl.
And then I was a
as
Molson
well.
girl as well, dressed in a red,
So-
cute little skirt,
Yep.
cute little top, more looking like a cheerleader.
Yep.
But they loved it. It was rave parties. Like we would do a couple of sets, and the bouncers would literally just pick us up and lift us up on the cases, and off we went. So it's great fun, boogieing along.
Yeah, I was in charge of throwing Coors Light cold parties.
Whoa, what was that?
Cold.
We would travel
Yeah.
around the country and
Right.
like throw parties at bars. They'd give away some free beer. There's like a different theme each year. One of them was casino themed, and you could play mock casino games where you would win like golden keys and stuff. And then at the end of the night, people would all like trade in their keys and stuff, and somebody would win a golden ticket to the
Oh, wow, that's
Coors
cool.
Light Mystery Mansion.
Right. Wow.
Nobody knows where it is.
Okay.
I like it.
You
I
do?
like it.
Would you share that with
Yeah,
us?
it's in Emerald Lake.
Oh, okay.
It's in Emerald Lake, BC. You can,
So,
it's the kind of thing you can Google.
I'm going to talk to Jeff about the Keyhole beer.
Mm,
And you can win a trip to, tour the Keyhole House.
nice.
Yeah,
where we
in
live.
Smith Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've toured the Keyhole House before.
Yeah.
I
you were
know
there
you
before
did.
us.
Yeah.
You saw it before us and you rejected it.
Did
and
I?
left
No,
it
no,
for us.
No,
that's,
no, they wanted
that's
to-
not true.
No,
No?
they wanted to put in an offer while our offer was already
okay.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You-
Yeah,
they,
yeah,
they
yeah.
were
You
like,
saw it
well, I can show it to you, but there's been an offer made already. And we're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll see it. Offers fall through sometimes.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then the offers
Did
A
not
lot of,
fall through.
did not fall through.
A lot of people looked at that house. Everyone we know says, "Oh yeah, we saw that house."
Yeah, I feel like, that's the kind of house that you go see whether you're really looking for a house or not.
Yeah,
It's a beauty.
It's
It
It's
is.
amazing.
I'm looking forward to my next tour because you guys have done a lot of stuff to the place, right?
yeah. We've been pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still a lot
we,
more work to do.
Many things have happened in there.
Yeah.
But we walked through the keyhole, touched the molding, had to buy the house,
Yeah.
and then step one was removing wall-to-wall carpeting. The entire house was full of carpeting,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
including the bathroom. It had gray wall-to-wall carpeting.
Yeah. And when I went through there, that
Yeah.
was on our minds as well. We were like, well, if we get it, like hopefully there's something good under the carpets. What was under? Dying
hardwood.
to know.
Oh,
Yeah,
hardwood.
perfect.
Beautiful hardwood.
Yeah.
That's always great.
Yeah.
So the doorbell did not work when you saw the house. When we saw the house, the doorbell didn't work.
Yeah.
So we moved in, we removed all the wall-to-wall carpeting, and the doorbell started working.
Wow.
It was
So
crazy.
we think the house wanted the carpeting to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful carpet at its time, but it was more
Yeah,
like
was it-
from the
did
60s.
it have, like, a pattern
Yeah,
on
like
it, as I
green and
remember?
gold
Yeah.
and no, there was a nice carpet in the living room, but I have allergy issues, so carpet had to go.
Oh, carpet's a bad idea.
But it
Office
was at
building,
its
maybe.
time it was
Yeah.
Tiles in
popular.
an office is one
Yeah.
thing.
But at its time, it was definitely very
was-
beautiful. Just
Oh, yeah. Just
when
put it
we-
all over the hardwood. Great idea.
And it saved and protected our beautiful hardwood
Warm and
floors.
cozy and clean. The living
Yeah.
room was white shag carpeting, and it would have been very prestigious in the day,
Yeah.
but not in our day.
Yeah.
No.
So,
Yeah.
but I did feel that the house was watching us, and
Yeah.
it knew we were taking out the carpeting, and I was concerned as to how the house was going to react. But the house was very happy because the doorbell
Yeah.
started to work.
Yeah.
When we
See,
got it.
have you ever heard about my old house? My old place I had before here?
No.
I bought an old church.
Oh,
In
yes, I heard that.
That is
Yeah.
so cool.
On
Yeah,
one
I
of
came.
your
Yeah,
podcasts.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking about it with Amy,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
actually, like the same way you tend to anthropomorphize your own house and personify it and give it a soul and a
Yeah.
brain and its own gratitude and its own awareness.
Yeah.
I tended to do the same, and that I quoted that anecdote because I used to have conversations with the house.
Sure.
I would put my hand on it and talk
Cool.
to it.
Yeah. No,
Love
I,
it.
Sort of the
I
same
know
way
all
I
about
talk to my
that.
Yeah.
dog, even though I know it can't actually understand me.
I talk to the house a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's Agnes, actually.
Well,
Agnes.
exactly. She was
But-
one of the first owners in the house. So.
But
Right.
you were living in an old church.
Yes.
That's wild. That's really.
Yeah. Did I pull up any carpet in there? I did pull up carpet. Unfortunately, I had plywood underneath my burnt orange carpet.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But I did also,
when we first got the place, all the walls were covered. It had 14-foot high ceilings, and it had wainscoting up about 4 feet. So there's 10 feet all the way around, 30 by 40 room, 1,200 square feet of like the, quintessential 70s wood paneling everywhere.
Right.
And
we have some if you need some.
No.
Oh, yeah. If you
feeling
need more, we
withdrawal,
got tons of it.
We have some.
I filled a garbage bin with enough.
Okay.
Right.
But I pulled it all down. That was the first thing we did when we were in
Yeah.
there. We pulled it all down, and it was all embossed tin on the walls.
Oh, wow. That is
Everywhere.
beautiful, though.
Yeah,
Amazing.
fleur-de-lis
Yeah, that's
everywhere.
Wow, amazing.
exposed, probably.
That's
And
cool.
they covered it with beautiful
Yeah, with wood
70s wood
Yeah.
paneling.
Yeah. No, our wood
Wow.
paneling covered some turquoise paint.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I had turquoise paint on the tin. I had about 4 layers
Whoa.
of paint, much of it lead paint, which is, I think, the reason they were like, well, let's just cover it with
Protect
wood
ourselves.
protect ourselves.
It was
yeah.
the 70s. They were,
Yeah.
It looks like real wood. It's amazing. Look at it.
It
Wow.
was the thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was the thing to do, and a lot of households did that.
Well, we have a snooker table in the basement. It's a 12-foot snooker table,
Yep.
as big as they get. It weighs 2,480 pounds, according to the Brunswick catalog. And that room is covered in wood paneling from the 70s.
So you can have that
Recall,
as well.
vaguely
Yeah.
recall.
And Ted's workshop right now as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else have you done to the place? Other
we
than
removed the carpeting. We have the Pavlova guest room upstairs. Is gorgeous. So we have a guest room.
So Pavlova.
As in Anna Pavlova, that became
Yeah.
my nickname as I had studied in Russia. So
see.
I was living in Russia. So a lot of dancers and dance teachers just gave me that nickname when I returned. And so we called one of the rooms the Pavlova room.
I see. So nothing to do with like bells and dogs?
No,
No.
it's more like Anna
No.
Pavlova, the dancer.
Not Pavlovian
no,
experiments.
No electrical shocks
not at
or
all.
anything
Yeah,
at all.
exactly. No, we don't
But
go
that's
that
a
route.
great idea.
Yeah, we can do that in Ted's room because we both get a guest room
If
to,
the guest
to
doesn't want to
decorate.
leave after 3 days.
A little bell on the door.
Yeah.
That's
And just
right.
make it a beautiful enough room that when people
Yeah.
walk in,
Yeah.
they drool.
I know, I know.
No, that's a
but
good
no,
idea.
Yeah.
Marion has a sewing atelier
That's right.
upstairs on the second floor. We're from Montreal, so it's an atelier.
It sounds better and bigger, but that's where we took
redone.
off the wood paneling, and we also by taking off the wood paneling, we had to take off the molding. And Ted
Yes.
found this incredible note in that room, which was
There's
like
a note
spectacular.
in a Ziploc
In
bag.
a Ziploc bag, you have it right there.
And it's dated 1892.
Super spectacular.
On this day, in the name of God and the Queen, we pledge ourselves to a life of soberness and love.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Now,
signed
was that
by
during
3 guys.
Was that during a prohibition time?
I'm going to guess
we
there
believe
may have
so.
been a bit of a prohibition situation because that was a
soberness.
big deal. Soberness. Yeah.
But that was exciting. So when we found that,
I
and
tracked these guys down.
Yeah.
They're 2 of them are carpenters, and one of them was a livery man. So he was delivering the wood and the bricks to the house for the construction
Incredible.
in 1892.
It's
Yeah.
a good note. There's no visuals on this podcast, but listeners, be aware that I'm holding this note in my hands right now. Not the actual note, the actual note, but inside a bag.
Yeah, and he has
I'm not gonna get my
goosebumps
greasy fingers
on
over
his
it.
arms. There are goosebumps, folks. Yeah,
yep,
yeah.
I can tell.
So we tracked these guys down. We found so far 3 carpenters, the livery man. We've tracked down the architect and the contractor and the bricklayer.
So how do you
Herbert
do
Allen.
that? Just go on Ancestry.com or some shit?
Yeah,
or
that's
what?
part of it.
Yeah.
Microfilm in the basement of the library.
Yeah.
Lisa at Heritage House Museum.
Yeah,
and
she's
Shirley.
phenomenal. Shirley's a little Miss Marple, if you know
yeah.
those British movies, like murder
Yeah.
mysteries. So Shirley is perfect.
It's really
for that
Andrew
role.
Howard's fault. When we signed for the house, Andrew said, "Oh, Agnes Lamb owned your house. She was Alexander Wood's niece. So you have a Frost and Wood house. There's a
Right.
wood connection.
Right,
So
gotcha.
Yeah.
So because of that, I became obsessed. The house, after we moved in, I just became obsessed with the history. And I can't stop. I'm out of control. And Marion likes it most of the time, but sometimes it gets out of hand.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's
What are you
good.
doing, Ted? It's like,
Right.
My parents have a old-ish house in downtown Ottawa, right in the Golden Triangle. And they hired somebody to do like a whole package just on their house. So that's like,
Yeah,
Oh,
there
that's
are
cool.
specialists who
Bona fide
can,
profession.
they know all the tricks. And,
So you're doing it all yourself? You getting
Yeah.
any of that kind of help?
just from the museum and
Yeah.
Shirley and
A little bit of ancestry.
and
like
the house. Agnes
yeah.
helps me.
She does
She,
actually, because she leaves like little clues here and there.
Yeah. Okay. So the house was inspected. The inspector was in the attic in the ceiling, above the ceiling, and he found a newspaper from the 40s, threw it down. The headline was,
Little Ladies Dance. It was from a Toronto choreographer about dancers. And that was the front page. So it's like, okay, yeah, Marion, you still want to buy the house? Well, yeah, like, why would you find a newspaper from 1946, with the dancers on front? Like, being a dancer is like, yeah. And then we showed the house to so many friends after moving in. And it was like November 30th when we had moved. So like, wintertime, and everybody would come and everybody went up to the attic. The mannequin has left. There was a mannequin at one point. So if you remember, that mannequin is gone. But going up the stairs, all of a sudden his aunt, Ruth, goes, you have a candy cane here. It was the day before Christmas. And she goes, did you put that there? And we go like, no, there was no candy cane before. Like, we find all these little tiny snippets of things, which is really cool. So we think it's Agnes doing it. We need a lot of repointing the first winter, and in the winter you can't really repoint anything as moving. So we figured we're going to start up a zoo in the basement, but we did not. So that was a very pleasant surprise. So, I mean, we found the unawed bat in the house, but not any other big rodents of any kind. So,
Well, that's always welcome news.
I know. I was worried because coming from Montreal 20 years, and I don't know, I just never expected all that much wildlife,
Yeah.
So it was all new to me.
no, there are many holes in the house, but somehow the animals don't come into the house.
So I'm sure Agnes protects it.
It must be Agnes.
Must be Agnes.
So Agnes, Frost and Wood was a company in Smiths Falls that it ran for 116 years, and they made farm equipment most of the time. And so Alexander Wood was one of the partners, one of the founders, and his wife died at a young age, and his niece, Agnes Lamb, became his housekeeper and close personal companion, according to the newspaper. And he lived in this giant mansion with his niece, Agnes, and a little boy named Alexander Lamb. So
Showed up
Alexander Wood,
all of a
Agnes
sudden.
Lamb, and there was an Alexander Lamb who was 6 years old living in the house, according to the 1891 census. And when Alexander Wood died, he left Agnes a lot of money, and more money than he left his sons.
Right.
And Agnes bought the Keyhole House where we are living right now. So that's why we call it Agnes's house.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's where the story started.
And
Class.
when Alexander Wood died, his family bought an acre of land and they built the Wood Cemetery and Wood Mausoleum. And Alexander Wood is in the mausoleum, and Agnes Lamb is in a tomb near the mausoleum. And Agnes set up a fund to maintain the Wood Cemetery, except the money disappeared. And the cemetery was abandoned and overgrown, and no one knew it existed anymore for a long time, except for teenagers who would party there.
Right.
And then they rediscovered the cemetery, cut down a wall of trees, discovered the
But they're
Wood
fixing it
Cemetery
up
and
now, I
Mausoleum.
believe. I think they're working on it
Yeah.
to fix it up, because otherwise Agnes's toe's going to poke out soon. Like,
Yes, her tomb is crumbling.
so
And
she needs assistance.
they're going to do a little maintenance on her tomb.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Because we feel kind of responsible. We live in her house. And
Yeah.
So we want to know that she's okay.
Well, maybe if you fix up her tomb, you'll go home and all your repointing would be magically done, like
Wouldn't
your
that
fixed
be
doorbell.
nice?
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, wouldn't
Yeah.
that be nice? No, we have started it in the meantime. That was
Yeah.
like the first winter.
Yeah,
So
you gotta go
we're
to all
working
that
on
stuff.
it. Yeah, we're working on it. So that's what we're doing as well. We got a new roof, a new furnace. So like all the typical things, all the wiring has been done. And we got like Ted found these awesome like switch on off switches.
Right, push button.
Push
Oh,
button.
yeah.
That's what
Switches, which
Brass
are
plate.
Yeah.
yeah, brass
Yeah.
plate,
Yeah.
and they're reproductions, so they're to code,
Yeah.
and,
Right, of
but
course.
they still make that nice click sound.
Yeah, they look pretty awesome.
Awesome, just like the ones that used to be in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't want to go against code.
No. When we
Can't
moved,
get away with that in this town anymore.
Well, Pete and Cherry came in and rewired the entire house, and then the house was inspected, and we have this beautiful piece of paper that says that everything's up to code.
Oh, wait. I got to tell the story.
We should frame it, really.
So
Yeah.
Pete and Cherry are working away, and all of a sudden, Pete comes up to me and he says, Marion, I think I just found Ted's soft porn. I was like, what? Oh my God, no. And of course, laughing in hysterics. And he found these beautiful, like a catalog or a calendar from I don't know, it was like pinup girls, like from the 40s.
From the 40s, yeah.
So like way back when, because we have this bathroom in the basement, right? And so in the ceiling.
It's a 125-year-old toilet.
Yeah, I don't want to clean that one.
And in the ceiling, hidden above the ceiling panels, was a stack of pinup girls from the 1940s.
Super cute.
Yeah.
Super cute. So anyway,
we're not sure who owned the house at the time.
No,
but,
we don't know who owned it
yeah.
at the time. There are possibilities, but there were also
we
a lot
know
of
the
renters.
We know the owner, but
We
the
know the
owner
owner.
was not living there. They were renting it out.
Yeah,
so.
we know that there were renters at that time, so we don't know who really lived at the time.
Yeah.
But those were pretty funny. So that was a cool discovery that they found. And then in the attic, we found something incredible too, like under the floorboards.
Yeah, under the floorboards, a screwdriver was discovered. It's right next to you.
That
hold on to it.
beautiful old wooden handled screwdriver.
So one of the carpenters was
Hit my own mic with it.
John
Sorry.
Perrin was a carpenter. That could be his screwdriver. We went to visit his grave at
And we put
Hillcrest
it by his
Cemetery,
grave.
and we put the screwdriver by his grave, but it
Yeah.
didn't
Nothing
move.
happened. We thought
Nothing
maybe it would
happened.
move and he would go like, oh, my screwdriver. But no, nothing of that.
Now, have you tried it? Does it still work?
Oh, it was
Yeah,
like a
and
charm. We're
I've
actually
tried
using
I've
it.
waved it around like a magic wand, and so far nothing strange has happened other
Yeah.
than a screw turning. But it's pretty amazing to think that a carpenter held that screwdriver while he was building the Keyhole House
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
1893.
Yeah,
so,
that's great.
Yeah.
I in my old church, I did similar amounts of digging, but there had been so many renos done over the years already. The best thing I really found was the tin
Okay, that's cool.
underneath. We had cornerstone. There was 4 cornerstones, 2 on like the front vestibule, and then 2 on the front corners of the house. And each one had a name on it, and each one was a woman's name.
okay.
But I can't remember all the names off the top of my head. Most of them were actually the men's names, but with a Mrs. in front of it. There was a Mrs. Henry Stevens.
Right. I think that's old school, right? Like where you say,
yeah,
like,
it was
your husband's
it was
name.
1905.
Right.
This one
But
was built
4
in
names,
1905.
4 different names.
4 different names. They were members of the
Wow.
community
Yeah.
who just got to place a block. There was I did some history on it. I dug up some stuff. It was built in 1905, but the bricks were delivered in 1901 and
Wow.
sat there for 4 years
Really?
waiting for it to be built.
But why?
Wow.
Some kind of funding issue, and then
Right.
it just got to
Yeah.
a point where everybody in the community just helped build the place.
Wow.
Right.
Wow. Well, I found, so Matthew Ryan was a contractor. He was a real hotshot contractor in Smiths Falls, and he built a lot of amazing buildings here, like the fire station and whatever, a whole bunch of buildings, the school, the Catholic school, and he built our house. And at St. Francis Church, there's stained glass dedicated to Matthew Ryan, the contractor. That was neat to see. And then his house is down the street from our house. He has a really gorgeous house on Brockville Street. And I wrote an article about him, which is in Hometown News 2 months ago. During the plague, I turned into a historical columnist
Yeah.
for Hometown News because
you
I've
gotta
become
find stuff to keep going, right?
obsessed
Yeah.
Yeah.
with history. So one of my stories was about Matthew Ryan, the contractor.
Now, were you always this obsessed with history, or is this
No.
like a new hobby
I
for
never
you?
cared about history at
Yeah.
all. I did
No.
not care at all.
We
and we
cared
moved
about
into the
magic
house,
history.
and I became obsessed.
That's it. Magic history, we
Yeah.
cared, but not really.
It's the house that did it to me.
it's the house that does it.
I talk to everyone about history. And I hear so many cool stories. I collect old postcards about, of Smiths Falls.
Yeah.
And when I was working on the dining room, I peeled this sheet of canvas off the wall, and there was a big hole that a stovepipe would have gone through. And I couldn't see into the hole because of the angle. So the only way to explore was to reach down inside. So I stuck
Very
my arm
brave.
down, and I felt there was some round object wrapped up in newspaper. And I pull out this ball, and I'm looking at the ball, wondering, is that a golf ball? And I started Googling. It has a mark on it. It says, "Why not?" Which is really crazy. It's a golf ball. It says, "Why not?" And before we moved, or when we moved to Smiths Falls.
And we were doing shows. So we do a lot of like breakfast television, and everybody was asking us like, so you moved from Montreal to Smiths Falls. Why? And I kept saying, why not?
Why not?
That was just like my slogan every single time, because everybody asked
Why
us,
not?
like, because like we do breakfast television in Toronto and Ottawa, whatever, Kingston. And they all go like, so you just moved from Montreal to Smiths Falls? I'm like, yeah, why not? And it was just like the story.
Yeah.
And then Ted pulls out this ball, and he looks at it first, and he goes, Marion, it says, why not? I was like,
Perfect.
what? That was like, it was so weird. It was just another kind of thing. Like,
so the
it was-
golf ball was made in 1918, and it was in the wall of our house.
Yeah.
And in 1918, there was only one golf club in Smiths Falls. It was on the clubhouse was on the corner of Jasper and Broadview, and it was called the Pumalee, or I'm pronouncing it wrong.
Punamali?
Punamali,
Yeah,
that's it,
exactly.
yes.
Pumalee. Say that again? Never mind.
Punamali.
Punamali.
The Punamali Golf Club was where all the hoity-toity folks would hang and play golf.
Yeah.
And so that golf ball was probably played at that golf course.
Now, do you think that somebody just randomly threw it into the wall? Or do you think that somebody hit this into your house?
Yeah.
Well,
so at some point, they had coal stoves and stovepipes, and then they upgraded to radiators
Yeah.
and a coal boiler. And so they put a piece of canvas over that hole. And that golf ball was in the hole. So did they hit it into the hole? Did they put it there as a little time capsule?
I think
We
it was
are
a
not
hole in one.
sure. It was a hole
Bro,
in
that's
one.
a good one. Love it.
So now, just think about this. This golf ball was in the wall underneath Clem and Beverly Henderson's bedroom. Clem and Beverly Henderson, the grandparents of Brooke Henderson, lived in our house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So- They're living in the house, and then they had children,
Yeah.
like Dave Henderson. And then Dave Henderson had children like Brooke and Brittany Henderson. So maybe that golf ball, is responsible for the most incredible world-class female golfer in Canada. And so it's
Have you
pretty
shown
amazing.
it to her?
No, not yet.
I look forward to that day.
yeah.
I am so impressed with Brooke and Brittany, and I definitely hope that one day we can show it to her.
Well, why not, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I know Dave. Dave's awesome. I got to meet Dave after we moved into the house. Dave, I still met him on a regular basis, and we had lots of fun chats, and he's a really cool guy. So one day we'll show
So
the magic
we
golf
like
ball.
deadlines. Like for us, it's all about deadlines.
Right.
So
I need a deadline.
yeah. And so for us, fixing up the dining room was quite spectacular, because I don't know if you remember, but the dining room is sort of like when you come into the front door, you got to go through the dining room. If you come from the living room, you got to go through the dining room into the kitchen.
Yeah.
So if you come from the kitchen, like every single time you're going through the dining room.
Yeah.
And now this dining room is under construction. So it's like, the house is like an absolute, like upside down mess. And we're both quite like not into the biggest messes, like, so far it's like scary thing. So anyway, so we're working, and then, TV Ontario like says, okay, we're coming for this day. And we go like, okay, no problem. We'll be done. Well, we were literally working to deadline, lacking a bit of sleep.
Yeah.
And we were, hanging the pictures the morning of their arrival at like 1 o'clock, and we were done at 5 to 1. Like cutting it tight, but we did it. So so that was quite exciting. So the dining room is done.
That's
so
great.
You can
Thanks
come
to
and see
TV Ontario.
Thanks to TV
I said
Ontario.
it's going to be painted this brick red color with these cool old magic posters on the wall.
Yeah.
I sent them pictures, and they said, we'll shoot in there. So I used that as a deadline to finish painting the dining room.
So that was a hot topic in town, TVO coming through.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Totally.
What was that all about? I've heard some stuff, but I think a lot of people are wondering, they're
Yeah,
not
they
at the
were.
show.
They're exploring on small towns in Ontario that have gone through the boom and bust situation, and Smiths Falls definitely came back to life, and so
Yeah.
they wanted to know why we would move here and
you
why
just
we
told
want
them
to
why not?
stay here.
Exactly.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, we just moved here. So here we go. Marion and I lived in a duplex in Montreal. We needed to sell the duplex. We're in Vegas.
Yes.
No, we're at the Magic Castle in Hollywood. We're headlining. Life is good. We're coming home. We stop in Vegas for a week. David Copperfield comps us front row seats to his show. We have a whole pile of friends in Vegas.
They all invite us to their shows, so of course we stay
It's
longer.
heaven.
Like people invited us to pool parties. Other big name magicians that were on America's Got Talent go, "Oh, can we come over? The Outerbridges are there." So it's really cool, like big party, nonstop.
And
so
real
guess
estate
what?
is affordable
Yes.
in Vegas.
We start
It's
Googling
very affordable
Yeah.
because there's no
Water.
no
Tax.
state tax.
State tax.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah, it's because of
all
the
the
gambling.
casinos.
The casinos.
So we're like,
Right,
maybe
they
we
make
should
so
move
much
to
money, they don't
Vegas.
need
to
We'll
tax
have work
people.
and
Yeah.
life will be good. And
So we started
we're driving.
Googling, and for the longest time, I would get these infos about like new houses that are on sale because we started seriously looking into that. So
Yeah. And then we also Googled something between Montreal and Toronto.
Yeah.
Victorian
old
homes.
red brick Victorian home that we could afford.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
we
we-
found some neighborhoods that
Yeah,
had
like-
nice houses, but the neighborhoods didn't excite us.
yeah,
And
Deseronto. We were like checking out Deseronto.
yeah.
The house was quite lovely, but we felt the community was just a hair too small for us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we were, and then Smiths Falls, we wanted to look at houses, but suddenly they were sold. We're like,
yeah,
what's going
they,
on
they
here?
went
The
like
houses are
so
selling.
quick.
Yeah.
So we came
Yeah.
to see some houses, and we arrived, and we were dying to go to the bathroom. So we went to Tim Hortons,
Mm-hmm.
and this teenage boy held the door open for us, and we both turned and looked at each other in complete shock. It's
Yeah.
like,
and
what
and
just
we
happened?
said,
Did that really happen?
Yeah, and we
And
said
it did.
thank you, and he said welcome. I was like, whoa, like nobody talks to you, like where we came
And
from.
we met.
Not in Montreal.
Not often.
Tu parles
Not-
français?
Mais oui, on n'est pas les
Oui,
Français là.
oui.
Ouais.
Bien sûr.
Oui,
Ah
moi
ouais.
aussi.
Ouais.
Oui. Moi j'étais. Well, we'll talk about that another time. But anyway, my
He was
vedette
a grand
portion
vedette.
of-
Ted
yeah,
was like
I was a
big-
vedette
and
for
if
a
you
while.
want to watch
I worked
him,
on French TV
Yeah.
for like 10
there
or
are some
15
YouTube
years.
videos of him doing a couple
Yeah.
tricks in French. So
But anyway,
he was
we're
on
back.
a lot
We're
of
in
TV
Smiths
shows.
Falls, and we met a lot of really nice people. And
Yeah.
we found the house we didn't think we wanted was the Keyhole House, the Henderson House.
Well-
the pictures didn't look that great because of the carpeting, but when
Yeah.
we were in the house, it was like, wow, this
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah.
This is an
Bob
incredible
Arnold showed
house.
us the house,
And,
and
yeah,
he was so
Bob
sweet. And he even visited us
was
one day in Point Claire.
the nicest
Next thing you
guy.
know, he's like standing in front of our door of our old house and checking out our old house. And we were like, sure, here, come, look, this is our house. So that was cool. And then
Yeah, it felt like Bob was my
uncle.
older brother or
Or-
my uncle,
yeah.
and I really liked Bob a lot, and
we
bought
had so
the
much
house
fun
and
with
became
him.
friends, and
Yeah, and
we've
his
had
wife,
dinner with Bob and
Beverly,
Beverly, and they're lovely people,
like really
So-
sweet, really,
yeah.
really sweet. So that was fun.
So amazing house, nice people. We moved to Smiths Falls. We're going to live here. We do our shows everywhere in the world except where we live. That's
Yeah.
the way it was in Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
And then we spotted the Station Theater.
Yeah.
There's a 140-seat theater in this town.
Yeah.
So, of course,
Built
we have
by
to go
all
visit the
volunteers.
theater. Yeah, built by, it
Yeah.
was a CP rail station
Mm-hmm.
converted into a theater by amazing volunteers. And we went over there and we said, like, hey, can we do some shows here? And that started. We didn't expect that to
Yeah.
happen. So that was just a bonus.
Yeah.
And it worked really well. We in 2019, we did 10 shows. They were all sold out, and more than half the audiences were coming from out of town. So it was exciting. and
Gorgeous.
successful.
Yeah, it
and-
was very fun.
So how does that contrast to this year? You got a new show starting soon.
Yes, yes,
we
we
are
do.
super excited.
You didn't get to last summer at all, right?
No,
No,
Yeah.
we wanted to, but due
course.
to
Yeah.
the situation, we couldn't.
So we're doing 20 shows because we can only put in
Right.
a
around
limited number of people.
like there
We're
are.
trying to compress as many people as as
Yeah,
possible.
we
Is
hope-
it half capacity for
It's-
these shows,
well,
or
if
is
it-
it
yeah,
like
it's half,
quarter capacity?
except that in order to be, it depends. Like if you want to
gotta
buy
buy
2
group.
tickets,
You gotta group.
you end up
We-
in a pod of 5 seats. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't necessarily have 70 people in there. So
No, because if
They're
just
doing
2
everything they
people
can
buy
to
a ticket,
get people
3
in
seats will be
comfortably.
empty, right?
Yeah.
In that
Yeah.
row because of the restrictions. So if you have friends or like, your own bubble, like if you could like get tickets at a group of 4 or 5, that would be of course ideal for us.
yes,
And everybody.
So if you're buying
for,
tickets, please buy 5.
Yes,
Okay,
that's the magic
Don't
number.
buy 4, buy 5, please.
Yeah.
Bring your friends.
5 tickets.
5
Yeah.
tickets.
You
Friday
will help
night.
support
yeah.
the
That's the magic number.
That's the magic number. Absolutely. Because we have only
Keyhole
15
House
rows
restoration
to fill.
projects depend on you buying 5 tickets.
Yeah, that's right. So,
Yeah.
but
So-
it's exciting. We loaded in today, and it was like, oh my god, we're back in the theater, and the theater is really really nice. Like everybody that works at the theater is so helpful. Like the red pylons were there, waiting for us to arrive with the truck. The door were perched open right away, and it was just wonderful. Like the welcome, it's really nice, and we just love the theater, and the people are trying so hard to make it all happen, which is really fun. It's really nice. Our poster was already on the window, and no, it was cool. It was
Yeah.
wonderful. So
So our lighting designer, Alex, he's a Cirque du Soleil guy. So
Yeah.
when I called him and I asked for a favor, can you come and do the lighting for us?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
He wasn't expecting a whole lot. And when he arrived at the theater, he was really impressed. He was
Yeah.
quite blown away.
Yeah.
And,
Well, it takes a lot to impress somebody from Cirque du Soleil, I would imagine.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
been around the world a few times. And,
I built their stage in
Very cool.
Ottawa a couple of years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
wow.
Very nice.
I helped build their stage.
No,
I
No,
sure.
you
You
built
probably,
their
you
stage.
probably
single-handedly build
worked
their
Without
stage
you, there would have been no show.
exactly. You probably worked with
Yeah.
Michelle.
from scratch.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. You know, it's very important that nothing collapses.
Out of sticks.
Well,
Was that
In-
trampoline
Oh,
stage
yeah. Right. Wow.
Wow.
That's very
over at
cool.
Zibby?
Yeah, very cool.
yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
In the world of lighting, they have these metal cutout things that you put in front of a light bulb, and it
Gobos.
makes
Yes,
gobos.
that's
Exactly.
right.
I've done my fair
So-
share of lighting.
Okay,
That's good,
So
that's
we
good.
have a gobo in our show from Allegria.
Yeah, from their first one of
Yeah.
their first shows.
Stolen from Allegria.
Well, it's not stolen.
I mean,
it was
repurposed.
Yeah.
repurposed,
From
given to
Allegria.
Alex, given to
Yeah.
us.
So it's pretty
in
exciting.
our show. Like Ted performs a snowstorm living in Canada. Anyway, performing a snowstorm, and it's with the beautiful Allegria gobo.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks quite
Yeah.
spectacular.
So when I posted on Facebook about our show opening at the Station Theater, I was typing on my laptop and I started crying because we're coming back after 1.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
And
was a
it's
very long
it's
intermission.
amazing. And I hope I don't start crying when I walk on stage at the first show. We're so excited.
We're very
I'll bet.
excited. We're
Yeah.
very almost overwhelmed, but we're like super happy. And it's just like
Yeah.
you see your props and you're just like loading these road cases, and with this awesome crew, it was literally just like wheel it all in, and everybody helped. And yeah.
Where do you
And
keep all those cases?
So we have a very large show, a lot of
Yeah.
big boxes on wheels, road cases. And in Montreal, it was always, I never enjoyed loading the truck. But in Smiths Falls, we have a large group of friends and we just send out a note and like, hey guys, we're loading the truck and we have a big party. And
Yeah.
so today we had 12 people come and load the truck, and we loaded the truck and then unloaded into the theater in just
everybody
over an
came
hour.
with us. Yeah.
And it was fun. It was a fun party.
It
and
was
so
fun.
we keep our show at a undisclosed location
Of course.
outside of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a garage at our house, so we can't store the show in our gigantic house.
No, we have
But,
a couple duplicates in the basement just because we
Yeah.
have a couple numbers like duplicates because when we toured China, we still had shows in the US and Canada.
Yeah.
And
you
so
got to do that sometimes.
So we
send stuff ahead of you.
Exactly. So we needed duplicates. So we have duplicates. Like we have a flying version and we have the all-in-one already almost version, like the truck version.
Yeah.
And a couple of these made its way into the basement somehow. So we had to take off the arm, like the railing, in order to fit the cases down the stairs and then fill them downstairs again. And anyway, so that was exciting.
Yeah.
Because
But we have a big show. We
in
can't.
the place.
Today we had a 26-foot truck.
Right. That was my next question.
Full.
How long was the truck?
Full, and
Yeah.
we can't put our whole show into the station theater.
No, we
so
can't.
if we do the full show, sometimes we'd use a semi-trailer or we'd use a 26-foot truck and stack everything up to the ceiling.
The
Triple
26-foot is definitely up to the ceiling stack, like double and triple stacks. We have we call them like ashtrays in our road cases. So the wheels lock into that. And then, of course, we strap everything in. So, and actually our straps, after not using them for like 18 months, they were they were really hard to move, which used to be going and it was so hard today. I was like, oh no, where's the WD-40?
I think the largest prop in the show is our alarm clock. And the alarm clock illusion is a 7-foot high alarm clock. And it kind of looks like it came out of a Walt Disney movie. It's an old-fashioned alarm clock.
Yeah.
And it's 7 feet by 3 feet by 5 feet. And it weighs 800 billion pounds. And it's quite large. That's the biggest prop, I think, in the station theater.
Yes. Yeah.
So
that is. Yeah.
So you got to hire a driver for when you need a big truck? Or do you have your AZ?
I don't have my AZ.
No.
I'm an ice trucker, and I can drive a 26-foot cube straight truck. But after that, we would hire. Yeah, we would hire a truck and roll.
Yeah.
When life is really good, and they just deliver the show wherever.
And we had sort of our driver, like he really, I don't know, he put his name always up for the list when it was an Outerbridge show. I don't know, but we had
Truck and Roll. That's a Quebec company, and then
so we had
Stage
this
Door in Ontario.
French driver, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric. So he would come all the time, and he would leave us notes on tape and stuff. So he would tape it on road cases, welcome to the show. And they are so good because they, when we cross the border, when we have to go into the US, the truck would make sure it's there the day before. They're crossing the border literally the day before. So for them, an hour before call time, if they have to be there for 6 a.m., they're there at 5. That's for them, their time. They'd rather be there earlier. And often we would come the day before as well, just because border crossing and whatnot, even though we have O1 visas, but they would we would go for dinner and we see the truck already parked, so he's already there, so it's kind of cool. It's a nice comforting thing,
it's nice when you know your driver.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, all the shows I used to work for, we usually had the same driver. We call him Uncle Chris.
Uncle Chris is awesome. That's
Very
nice. I like it.
That is the ultimate.
Yeah, that's
and when
the
life
ultimate.
is not ultimate, then I'm Mr. Ice Trucker driving the Alaska Highway.
Yes, we did
dodging bison.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't honk at them because they'll charge at you.
Right.
And we were up in, where was it?
We were in Whitehorse.
In Whitehorse.
We did
minus 40 degrees. The wheels on the road cases didn't turn.
Yeah.
When it was time to unload the truck.
Oh, there's a really good story.
So
it was so cold. Anyway, and we had to get gas. And so we stop at the gas station and all of a sudden we hear the siren, a really, really loud siren. And so we get out of the car and we're looking around. We couldn't see a police car anywhere in sight, but everybody was looking at us.
Yeah.
So we have a siren. We have a megaphone in our show and halfway down that truck, we could hear the siren from the megaphone going off.
Yeah.
So this siren was really loud. So we were like, okay, let's just keep driving. So usually we park in hotels where there's a nice big parking lot. This time we decided to park really far away because 2 hours later, the siren was still going.
Yeah.
So the siren just kept going and going. The next morning, the siren was finally dead.
Yeah.
So we were happy. So we pull into the theater and the theater says, well, let's load in the day before so that the casters and everything will unfreeze because it is frozen. Like you cannot touch anything with your bare hands or you will be stuck to it. So we rolled all the road cases into the theater to thaw them out. The next morning we arrive, all the road cases have been opened. So panic, right? Because we go like, what did you just do? And they go like, well, the siren, there was a siren going off and we had to find the siren. So this frozen megaphone unfroze itself. And with this last
The
little
battery's
juice.
thawed.
Yeah.
Alarm goes off.
So the alarm went off
Yep.
again. And we were like, I'm so sorry. Anyway, so like they had this big, huge going off. So yeah, so we have great stories about that.
I've got a smoke detector like that somewhere in this building.
Oh,
It keeps
wow.
beeping at me.
Oh,
It just won't
Oh,
die.
yeah. One of
It's low
those.
on it's been low on batteries for the last 4 months. It's in a box somewhere.
Okay. Wow. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that annoying?
Uh-huh.
Don't you find that annoying?
It's upstairs.
Oh, okay.
I just stay. It's in the
You don't-
storage.
okay.
I hear it
Okay.
when I go up there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's annoying while I'm up there,
Right.
so I leave quick.
Yeah. Right. Well, that's what we did. We pretended it's not ours, but it's kind of hard when you're driving the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
You want to hear my truck story?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I was driving a truck full of gear from Ottawa Blues Fest back down to Cambridge, where it was going, and it was late at night. I went up from Cambridge and back in the same day, and I stopped at Mallory Town, the en route. A little tired, a little out of it. I had been working like 6 days a week, saving up, pregnant wife at home, trying to take care of some business. And I started filling the gas tank with gas. Got to about $100 worth before I realized this is a diesel truck.
Gas. Yeah. Yeah.
So I wasn't sure what to do.
Oh, no.
I called my buddy. He was like, I put gas in the diesel. He's like, that's not such a big deal. Be far worse if you put
It's a
diesel
big
in the
deal.
gas.
Okay.
Which is, there's some truth to it. Like diesel's the workhorse, and gas is the gas engines are the delicate ones. You put like one speck of diesel in gas, done.
Okay.
You can put a little bit of gas. You can put a little bit of kerosene in. Diesel doesn't care so much.
Right.
But I put $100 worth in.
Yeah, that's
and
a lot
gas
of
prices were pretty good at this particular time. I think they were even in the 90 cents range. What I wound up doing was the gas station attendant gave me the pump with a long hose on it that he uses to mix water with the concentrated windshield washer stuff that they put in the bins.
Yeah.
So I used that. I didn't have anything to put it in, so I wound up finding at the back of this en route like a blue barrel to put it in. And but it was a
100
little bit
liters.
a little bit heavy
Yeah.
already, and I realized it's full. It's about a quarter full of old fryer grease. But I like rolled it over to the truck, like eyeballing the security cameras, just waiting for somebody to run out and be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Nobody came. They were all flipping burgers. They didn't care. Nobody's watching those screens. And I emptied the tank. It filled this barrel right to the brim. Right. I think it was 120 liters.
Wow.
There was 20 liters
120
of
liters
grease.
of gasoline in a barrel. Yeah.
Well, it also, like, I wasn't completely empty, so it was a mixture of diesel and gas and used fryer grease, which must be some kind of recipe for napalm.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there are people who want that.
And I was like, now what do I can't get this on the truck. Like, I can't lift this. It's just
Right, it's
sitting
too
here
heavy,
in front of the gas, and then. But I got the tank relatively empty, and then filled it to the brim with diesel. I'm like, all right, there's nothing but trace elements of gasoline in this truck. Truck was fine, worked fine. Saving grace was I had a hydraulic lift on the back of the truck, and was able to roll this extremely heavy, likely extremely dangerous
Right.
bin and get it lifted up. If I didn't have that hydraulic lift, it wouldn't have gone on.
Wow.
I didn't know what to do with it. I asked the gas guy, I was like, what do you think I should do with it? He was like, I don't know, drive up the road a couple miles and kick it into the ditch. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
No,
Land
that's
on
not
some poor
right.
snapping turtle's head or something.
Yeah.
I wound up finding, nobody's going to know. This is years ago. I'm assuming the statute of limitations on dumping gas places has passed. But I wound up finding a place in the Thousand Islands. It's like an old garage, and they had like a whole bunch of bins of like drained used motor oil behind. I was like, there's one place in 100 miles that can deal with a barrel full of this shit. It's them. So I gave it to them. I left.
You ran.
I ran. Drove
That's
away.
right. Drove
Hi.
away.
Yeah.
But it slowed down my night
Right.
significantly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
I would
And
think
Yes.
so.
Smelled really bad.
Oh, I would
Yeah.
think so too.
Yeah.
Woof. Yeah. No.
Uh,
Well,
But
We
no
had,
alarms went off.
bravo.
yeah.
Yeah. No, we only have.
We had our DEF fluid freeze.
Yeah, that was
Deaf
not.
fluid.
DEF,
Yeah.
like
DEF
diesel
No,
emission fluid or whatever.
DEF.
It's
Oh, yeah. DEF. Yeah.
Yeah.
DEF. So that froze. So the whole truck was towed and
Right.
then thawed.
Yeah.
A few
Well,
days later, that was rather unpleasant. We had
Up
a
in
show.
Yellowknife.
No,
White
that
Horse?
was
White
no,
Horse?
that was actually Fort McMurray.
Fort Saskatchewan?
Fort Saskatchewan or Fort St. Joseph. Some place.
The truck
High
froze.
north.
They towed us to the theater so we could load in.
We
And then
arrived
they
at 6
thawed out
a.m.
the truck and gave it back to us.
Yeah.
And that was unpleasant.
Yeah, they
didn't
towed
sleep
us like
before that show
500
at all.
kilometers.
No
and we
sleep.
were 3 people sitting in the front cab on 2 seats for the 400, 500 kilometers that we still had to go. And the tow truck showed up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. We were able to sort of like, inch to some kind of rest stop, but that
Yeah.
rest stop didn't have like a hotel connected. So they were actually closing by 10 p.m. So the kitchen guy, whatever, like the chef, just stayed on with us to give us like some company. And he was like, oh, just grab the sandwiches, grab what you want. Like he was like super kind and nice. And then like people were trying to sleep in those chairs, like our crew, like, and then Ted, whatever, like at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the morning, Ted goes, the guy is here, the tow truck is here. So anyway, so the tow truck came along and he towed us like all the way, and we were sitting in this little cab, and he literally backed us up to the loading dock door. And we had just enough time to run to the hotel, have a shower, and start setting up the show. So that was an exciting night. But the show went well.
So do you set up your
Yeah.
whole show yourselves?
We do.
Yeah, I mean, with our crew.
With our crew
But
and
it's-
the crew of the
so it's
theater, usually.
8-hour setup.
Yeah.
Then we do the show, and then we strike for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's a very long day.
It's a long
And
day.
then move on to the next town.
Yeah, sometimes we have to still drive that night to get closer to the next town, and sometimes we can spend
Yeah.
the night there
Yeah.
and then drive the next
But
morning.
usually 8-hour setup,
yeah,
show.
yeah.
2-hour
like,
strike.
The lighting guy is working with like 2 local lighting operators to hang the lighting plot they already receive in advance,
Yeah.
but like most of the time
Usually
the
they do
lights
the
are
hang
hung.
of the... Yeah.
Yeah, most of the time they're already there, and then it's focusing, programming, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then we have the sound guy and the other backstage staff. They will help our illusion technician to preset all the big props, and
Yeah.
I work on all the small props, and Ted looks into media and small props.
So you use a house sound guy or you have a touring sound guy?
We have
No, we always use the house sound.
we use the house sound
Yeah.
guy now, but in the beginning we had our own sound guy, which was awesome. And now we fire off the sound cues from backstage, and he does all the levels.
Yeah.
So that's how we operate the show, because I can dream the show backwards.
Yeah.
So I do all the sound cues, most of them.
Marion
that
does
I can.
17 jobs during the show.
Yeah.
I stand on stage. I have no idea what's happening backstage, and Marion does
Yeah.
17 or 18 different jobs.
I'm sort of like the stage manager as well at the same time. Like I have 21 costume changes in our show.
Yeah.
On, off stage, and whatever. And
Yeah, don't go backstage during our show. It's
No.
very dangerous.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous place
Oh,
to be.
backstage are
Oh,
wild places,
it's-
especially
Yeah.
when costume changes.
absolutely.
are involved.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like we have all these props, right? So I mean everything is placed just so. So our illusion technician, here we have like Melissa, who's like phenomenal. So anyway, so she has done the show 2 years ago with us. She went on tour with us to like all the big venues, the big theaters, for in St. Catharines. We were in Ontario. Like anyway, so she did a lot of shows with us, and so she knows the show backwards too,
Yeah.
which is great. And like the station theater, we try to pack it as much as possible. So
Yeah.
with props. And so there's a lot of rotation going on throughout the numbers. So like you're sort of running on stage doing something, you exit and you still move a prop,
Yeah.
you know, because you got to get that prop closer to you so that it can come quick on stage. And because there's not all that much wing space, they have beautiful space back behind the backdrop, like the curtain, but on the wings are just very narrow, like there's not too much room. It's beautiful, but not too much room. So yeah, so we kind of fly on our, like on top of each other and crawling over each other and under each other, but it all works.
Cool.
We make it work. Like we have stuff in the green room. Like that's why like we love intermissions. So we like rotate the props from like, you know, act 1 to act
Right.
2.
Yeah.
Now, due to the situation we're living in right now, we will not have an intermission.
Yeah.
But we'll make it work.
And we brought some new material into the show, like Greta the Psychic Goose. She'll
Yeah.
be in the show. She reads minds.
Yeah,
She's
she has
pretty,
her
pretty
own
wild.
Facebook page, actually.
Cool.
So it's pretty awesome. She hasn't posted anything because she sort of went into like, you know, retirement with all this, but she will be coming out of it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think that when performers on stage leave stage, that they're getting a break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Going
no.
off to check my emails and I'll
No,
be back
not
in
really.
5
Relax,
minutes.
No.
put your feet up.
Yeah, that's
Have
right.
a little steam.
Yeah, no, like, no.
that's the busy time.
That's
Yes.
right. Exactly.
It's probably
Yes.
Yeah.
more relaxed when you're on. You have pace on
Yes.
pace on stage, a comfortable pace on
Exactly.
stage. I think usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you walk off stage and it's like, I'm out of sight now. Now I'm running.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's basically what
Exactly.
happens. Yes.
I grew up around a lot of theaters.
Awesome.
Okay.
My brother and sister performed musical theater.
Wow. Beautiful.
And my mom's a musical theater costume designer.
Wow. Amazing. Love it.
Well, 2 years ago, in our show, usually at the end of the show, we close the show with an illusion where I'm in a straitjacket on stage trying to escape, and then I vanish and I reappear at the back of the theater.
Yeah.
And I wish I could tell you what happens when I vanish and reappear, but I can't talk about it, but it's insane. This year, we're actually not performing that this year. We're bringing in a different illusion where Marion floats 6 feet above the stage and then vanishes. It's really crazy and amazing. So I don't do my vanish reappear thing.
Right.
I just stand on stage gesturing and floating Marion. And
That's right.
So on the topic of new illusions, let me ask
Yeah.
you this. Do you learn illusions or do you create them?
yes, that's a great question. I mean, most of the time, Marion and I brainstorm together and we take an existing concept and then we just bring it to the stage in a new way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like our
Modify
time
it.
machine illusion.
Yeah.
I mean, Marion vanishes and reappears, but we present it as a time machine. We have a piece in the show involving a piece of thread, and that is about 500 years old, and we coated the thread with a UV coating so you can see it from far away, and it's sort of a close-up piece of sleight of hand that we can perform for 1,000 people because we coated the thread with a UV coating, and you can see it.
Yeah.
So we take existing tricks and illusions and we find a new way of presenting them. That's what usually happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with our show, like we talk about time, like, you know, we always have the time theme. Like the last few shows, it was magical moments in time. Then we had the time capsule tour and now it's clockwork mystery. So it's all like time related because we like to tell stories with our illusions. It's not only look at the pretty prop and girl climbs in and girl comes back out.
Yeah,
like, you know, and
showmanship.
exactly. So we like to tell stories. Like it was very important for me when we joined together that I needed a reason. I needed like, not just like, you know, oh, cute, you know, smile and get into the box. So, and we took a big distance from that kind of approach. I'm not saying it's wrong. I think it's fantastic. It's just not what we do. So we like to tell stories and we both take our share actually. Like, you know, like, yes, I will be cut in half, but I would put Ted usually in a straitjacket or like, you know, so we both take turns, which I think is very nice and politically correct.
Yeah, we're partners in illusion. We're not a magician and an assistant. We're partners.
Yeah. Now, how long have you been partners? Because I was in the Mississauga Center for the Arts, saw a picture backstage. If I remember correctly, it was just you.
Okay.
Billed as Ted Outerbridge.
Yeah. Well, it was Ted Outerbridge, and then it was Ted Outerbridge and Marion.
Yeah.
I came
And
into
then,
the picture
and I
real
really,
quick.
I didn't like that. Ted Outerbridge and Marion. I mean, Marion deserves to have a last name.
Yeah.
She's doing half the show, and this is wrong. And it's kind of a cliche thing with magicians. You know,
Yeah.
it's, John Doe and one name.
Oh, wait.
And-
his lovely assistant.
Yeah.
So we started billing the show as Ted and Marion Outerbridge
Yeah.
before we were married, because I wanted Marion to be perceived as my partner, because she was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's like
so
Siegfried
now
and Roy.
it's
They were
like
partners.
Ted and Marion Outerbridge. We have the posters. We have the Ted and Marion coffee mugs, the Ted and Marion baseball caps, and we go visit Marion's parents for Christmas. It's like, hi. Like, so Ted, what's going on here? What's up with the Ted and Marion Outerbridge coffee mug? So that was, some motivation to get married, which we did 15 years ago.
Tomorrow. Tomorrow's
Congratulations.
Our,
Yeah.
thank you. Tomorrow's
Yeah.
our anniversary.
We
Yes.
had 7 years of dress rehearsals, and then we got married.
Yeah.
So 22
Lovely.
years of togetherness,
That's right.
being partners
Yeah.
on and off stage. And
Yes.
Where'd you meet?
In Montreal, I was actually choreographing a ballet in Austria at the Landestheater Salzburg. So I was in Salzburg working away, and I had a friend who danced in the same company as I did many years prior to it in Chicago. And this girl shows up in Montreal in my jazz class. So I'm like, hey, did you ever dance with such and such? And she goes like, yeah, I danced with Gus Giordano as well. I'm like, oh, how cool is that? And then she tells me, I just moved here, with my husband, and I'm working with this illusionist. And I said, how cool is that? Like, I used to work for one in Germany. It was a huge show. It was like, it was called Miss Leapyville was the magician's name. Like, and it was in Phantasialand. Like, it was a huge show, 4 shows a day, 20 dancers, 3 assistants, tiger line, the whole bit. And I said to her, does he work with big cats? And she goes like, no, he has a chicken in the show. And I thought that was the coolest thing, because I kind of did my share of being turned from from myself into a tiger. And I felt like, I didn't need to do that anymore. And it was quite beautiful, but I felt sorry for the animals, like doing 4 shows a day and being in that little tiny box. It was a nice plexiglass box, but it's still a plexiglass box, and a tiger shouldn't be in a plexiglass box.
Yeah.
But that's my approach. But anyway, it's nothing against all
Zelda.
the magicians.
I was working with Zelda,
nothing
the
against the
psychic
magicians
chicken
though
at
that
the
worked
time.
with cats, but we worked with a chicken, and I thought it was cool. So when I returned, Rachel said to Ted, like, well, you got to wait for Marion, because I was gone for like 3 or 4 months. And so Ted tried other girls. They didn't work out, and Rachel kept saying, wait for Marion. So finally I returned, and then we met, and he says to me, over an interview, okay, you totally have the job, but you got to fit in the box. Now, here goes my career. Dancing in Russia, dancing was like, backup dancer for Riverdance. I was like with so many companies.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I got to fit in a box. So I laughed, and I had no doubt, that this wouldn't work out. So I show up at his house. I get into the box, which was the time machine, actually. And what happened was I got stuck. I could not get out. There was no way. So Ted had to almost take the whole thing apart. And I said, no, let me try this again. So I somehow managed to get out. And I said, how does like the other girl do it? And he went, well, I don't know. She just gets in there. So I tried again, and I fit. And he said, you got the job. And that was that. That was my interview, so to say. And then he goes, in 2 days, you have a show. He had a show. I'm like, great, can I watch? He says, no, I thought you're going to do it. I'm just going to teach you a couple more numbers. So I learned a couple more numbers. We did our first show, and then we had 2 days later another show. And and after that show, we had a little party with the crew and everybody. And
I made my first somewhat inappropriate move and touched Marion's leg, and then we went out on a date on Valentine's Day.
yeah, he called me up and he said, oh, I just wanted to say thank you for like doing such a great job in the show. I was like, oh, you're welcome. Like, great, you paid me. And then he says, so what you doing on Valentine's Day? And I said, well, usually I do nothing. I would cook with some friends, Anyway, so, and then he's like, well, why don't we do nothing together? And I thought that was the coolest thing. So.
Lovely.
So, yeah, that's how we met 22 years ago on
So
Valentine's Day.
that was your, I mean, you mentioned you had assisted a magician previously.
Previously,
but
that
was this your sort of first true foray into
magic? No.
Into magic? Or
my first
were you...
one, my first introduction to magic was in like a long time ago when I was a dancer in a magic revue, like in a big show, like 4 shows a day, 8 months. And I did one contract with them. I didn't want to stay on. I was up for more excitement and a change. So, so that was my first experience in magic. And then after, so that's when Ted and I met. But then I introduced Ted to my family. So I brought him to Germany. And then, of course, we have to do the tours, visiting all my aunts and uncles. And one of my uncles, my dad's brother, goes, oh, Marion, you know that Ted is not the first magician in the family. And I was like, what? So there was Uncle Willie, and he shows me this awesome picture of Uncle Willie who performed at the Winter Garden in Berlin. Like, my dad never mentioned this uncle of mine who left during World War I. He didn't want to serve the army, so he left for Argentina. That's right. So he went for Argentina. So, so he left. We never heard of him again. And I was
when
trying
you come over to our
research.
place next time, we'll show you this picture of Uncle Willie.
Yeah, and
It's a
all
great
his props.
photograph.
Love to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all his props.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Uncle
awesome.
Willie.
So I guess, again, faith. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and now
So
I'm
do you know
up for-
all Ted's secrets now?
all? I wouldn't say so, but a
Is
lot.
he keeping anything close to the vest? Any tricks he hasn't revealed to you yet?
You know everything.
I think I do. I
Yeah.
think I do
She
know
knows more
everything.
than I do.
Oh, I do.
No, I mean, yeah,
No.
I have devoted my life to studying magic and reading.
Oh.
But so Mary knows everything that's happening in the show, but I have a few other.
Oh, absolutely. We performed, which was really
Volumes
funny.
in my
One year,
brain.
we were at the Montreal Casino, and they hired Ted as being a close-up magician doing magic at tables, like, cheating at tables in a casino. It was crazy. It was for their 20th anniversary, 10th anniversary, 15th, 1 anniversary. So anyway, and I was there to scout out the people that wanted to see magic.
So because they would pay $500 a day
Yeah.
to perform in the casino. So I told them that I needed Marion to hold my Sharpie marker for me.
Yeah.
So that
Cards
we each
and a
received
Sharpie.
$500 a day. So we made
Exactly.
$1,000.
Yeah.
That's
Perfect,
right.
yeah.
And we were
Yeah.
together. We were
So,
hanging together. So
yeah.
in between our spots, we would go back to the dressing room. And then Ted pulled the coolest tricks out. Like, all of a sudden, like out of nowhere, he goes, my name's Bond. James Bond. Like, it was just really funny. I love that trick up today, but he won't ever show it again. But it was a really good trick. So anyway. Yeah, so he comes
There
up.
are some tricks, yes, that
Yes.
I haven't pulled out yet.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, before I turned 11 and got my first guitar and sort of started going down the music path, I had 2 professions in mind. I didn't want to grow up and be a firefighter. I was either going to be a professional wrestler
Wow.
or a magician.
Cool.
Wow.
That's what
Now
I
that
wanted
is
to be.
cool.
Wow.
Was a magician
Yeah.
or a wrestler. Or, they all have their themes, right? the magician wrestler.
Cool. That could have
They all
worked.
have,
I
they
was
all have their themes and
Professional hockey goaltender. Goaltender or a magician. And then I got a gig Friday nights doing magic. And when you're the goaltender, you kind of have to show up. You can't go,
yeah.
I'm not going to be there Friday, guys.
Yeah.
So I had to retire from hockey.
Where's the
And-
puck? Which hand's it in?
Yeah, I mean, the puck, the pucks were traveling pretty fast then. I was in like junior, like the low, the reject junior level.
Yeah.
So the puck was definitely moving.
Yeah.
And I'd been knocked unconscious a few times, which explains a few things. If you ever wonder about me, it's because of the puck.
But Ted also
But,
did
yeah.
shows on skates. You did
I
a
did.
show
I
on
performed.
skates.
Yeah, I performed magic on skates, which was quite exciting. Yeah, I mean, it was a figure skating show, but I was the magician performing.
Right.
I was Dracula, and I performed a few illusions on ice.
Yeah.
And I
then-
also performed at the Montreal Forum it was a pre-game show for the Junior Canadians. But I performed at the Montreal Forum in Montreal, and being a Montreal guy who's into hockey, I kind of like the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, folks, but it's my religion. I can't change that.
Yeah.
When we moved here, I was discussing with Marion, I can adjust to anything. I can adapt to Smiths Falls. There's no problem. And then I saw a car which had a flag on it from a hockey team that was not the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
And I turned to Marion and said that there's one thing I can't change.
Now,
I love the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a sports fan myself, but I have a lot of friends who are. Now, if they're not, if the Habs got knocked out,
Yeah.
but the Sens were still in, would you root for them?
I don't always follow hockey, but it's just, I don't watch all the games.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I just, no, it's the Habs. That's all.
Yeah.
There's no one else.
Yeah. I gotcha.
I like good hockey, but there's only one team.
I'm not a hockey guy myself. I have a whole extended family that's like big time hockey.
Yeah.
It's just never really resonated with me. But some of my friends, they'll take issue with somebody rooting for a team after their team's been knocked out. They're like, no, you're just being a front runner. That's all you're doing. No.
I love any good hockey is wonderful to watch. And
Yeah.
I don't follow any organized sports. I live in fantasy land.
Yeah.
I'm a magician.
I like watching them too. So there you are. So I got somebody, I texted my friend, Bill?
Bill,
Dales?
yeah.
I texted
Yeah.
Bill. I'm like, yeah. Well, he was on the podcast first. He was
Yes.
the first episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I told him that I was having the town magicians on the podcast tonight, and he corrected me. And he said illusionist.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
get
that's
paid
right.
a lot more than magicians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's
Yeah.
the difference? Educate the masses.
We
Because
get
you
paid
just called
more.
yourself a magician there for a second. Is it interchangeable?
An illusionist
Is it politically incorrect? Is it offensive?
No,
I
the
think
score
it doesn't
here?
matter.
No, I
An
think so.
illusionist
For everyone.
is
It's a
someone who
general
performs
name.
like magic tricks with people, large scale magic.
Yeah.
I mean, in the magic business, magicians, you have sleight of hand artists, and you have mentalists and illusionists.
Yeah.
Are the
Quick change
guys
artists,
who
they
cut
all
people in
fall under
half,
magic.
Okay,
float people in the air.
I feel great now because
Like
that's
hypnotists.
pretty much the explanation I gave to somebody earlier today asking me about it. It was like,
Yeah.
basically, like
I mean-
a magician feels like an overarching
Exactly.
umbrella for
It's-
me, and you have multiple disciplines within it.
Before Houdini, there was Robert Houdin, Jean-Eugene Robert Houdin, and he said he was an actor playing the part of a magician. That's what I am. I'm an actor playing the part of a magician,
Right.
and I call myself an illusionist so I can charge more money.
Yeah.
No, I mean, our
No,
show it's a
we're-
piece of theater, and we celebrate time, and there's a piece of magic with a spool of thread, and there's
Yep.
a piece of magic with Marion floating in the air, and there's a whole range of illusions in the show.
Yeah, like larger props, you can say. Maybe also like we travel not with a suitcase full of beautiful cards and coins, and
Yeah.
which is great. When you need to fly somewhere, we travel most of the time with a big truck.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
more
I
the-
hate mentalists because mentalists walk in the room with a suitcase and they can charge the same money as us
Yeah.
sometimes. And
So-
What'd you
So-
think of the show, The Mentalist?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Very
Love it.
awesome.
I love
Yeah.
that show.
Yeah.
I watched every
Yeah.
episode.
very much.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
us
really
too.
good.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
good.
we liked it very much.
The way I described it today, the difference was I said, David Copperfield made the Statue of Liberty disappear,
That's right.
but I can find your card.
Right,
You
right,
know?
right. Yeah.
Illusion, trick.
That's
Yeah.
right. Well,
Yeah.
that's
Sure.
that's sort of what we
Yeah.
say
I mean,
for
I
it.
don't want to do tricks. I don't want to present puzzles. I want to present a piece of magic that moves you.
Yeah.
And actually, one of the turning points was a piece of magic that's in our show that sometimes makes people cry. And I wrote it for someone who's not here anymore. And I always envied a singer-songwriter who could perform this piece that would make people cry.
Yeah.
And why can't magicians do that?
Right.
Magicians go into the magic store and they buy a trick. And our show didn't come out of a magic store. It came out of our hearts. And it's stories, and we move people, and we celebrate life, and we... so the tricks and illusions are just part of what we're doing.
Yeah.
Part of our experience. And that we both worked really hard at getting away from the cliche, I can go buy a trick kind of thing. And I don't know how to do 400 tricks.
No.
I do 24 really well.
Yeah.
And often, unfortunately, illusionists are not really well respected even among our own peers. Like sometimes magicians that are very good with coin magic or cards, they go like, oh yeah, you just buy a big box. But it's not that. It's what you do with it. It's like I can buy a piano, but it doesn't make me a pianist.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the same, you know? So I find...
When Amber played the piano, I had goosebumps. That piano over there, the bell...
Yeah.
The
piano from
beautiful, it was
Guelph.
amazing.
She touched that piano and I had goosebumps.
Yeah,
and
it was beautiful.
that's what I want to do when I go on stage.
We want people to leave the theater always wanting more, not looking at the time, you know, how much longer is it going to be, but also to talk about. And that's very often the responses we are getting. We received once, or like often also, but one particular time we received an email from somebody going, oh, could you please share these words from this particular piece Ted was talking about?
Yeah.
Because my mother really loved it. She just, like my father just had passed away, and like she really wanted to frame it, and if that was okay. So that was amazing. Like, you know, we were asked, we were like,
someone
entertaining
emailed
people
for the script to that piece. And
to
when
that
I
piece.
performed it, I knew either it would be horrible or it would be great. And I performed it the first time, and I actually cried, and the audience members cried, and it moved people, and it's become part of our show, and it's very special. But
it means a lot to us. So, and it's always in there. It's sort of a part of us, I guess, this piece.
But I think some of the like really groundbreaking moments in our career, we're magicians. We convinced theaters in Canada to present our show. We didn't have to rent the theater. They presented our show. Yeah. And in British Columbia, we won Touring Artist of the Year. And that was, wow, a magician won that award. That was really cool.
That was very exciting.
And in Ontario, we won, there's an award, the Award of Excellence that Ontario Contact gives out.
Yeah.
And usually it goes to a theater presenter, but we were given that award. That was really amazing.
And then there is a booking conference in New York called APAP, and it's the largest booking conference in the world. And there's like 3 giant floors of like from Cirque du Soleil selling the show to like I don't know, like every big show is there, every big performer, any name is there. There are at least 20 magicians and whatnot. Like there's like a large group of people. Yeah. There's showcases in every room. And Ted was asked to, we were hired actually to speak.
Yeah, we spoke about how we celebrate our art in the community where we're performing. And that was pretty awesome that we were invited to share that.
That was a really
quite
cool,
an honor.
Yeah, it was pretty spectacular because there were only like 5 people chosen to do so. Yeah, 5 or 8. Yeah, so that was cool. Yeah. So
I love those kind of conferences.
Yeah,
I mean, I hate them too.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of crazy people that are into moving people. Yeah, in different ways.
I mean, I've been to the more music side of those conferences. Contact. Yeah, that's theater based. So that'll be magic. That'll be plays. That'll be performers of any kind, really. But I've
Yeah.
been to like some folk music ones.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah,
It's fun to
totally.
see
Ones,
fellow
and it's just
crazy
everybody
people.
there, but it's
Yep.
it's also a bit of a kind of, you feel like a bit of a human commodity trying to
Right.
It's like being a puppy in the pound, you know, pick me.
Yeah. But you know what? The jam session at the end of the night, when you're
yeah,
like in the hospitality room, like that's like the most
Other
fun
performers.
That's the real reason people go.
part. Yeah. And you see
Landing a
friends that you
gig is
don't
the
see.
icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some agents that are awesome and other
Yeah.
agents that are not. And then
Yeah.
there are presenters that are incredible and presenters that are not, and
Yeah. And that's okay. I mean, you know,
artists. So
yeah. But we see a lot of friends from all across the country,
Yeah.
you know, and we get together and we have fun times together. And all these conferences have been now online the past year.
Yeah.
But some conferences are starting up again to do it in person. And that will be wonderful just to see our
Well,
friends.
it must be a pretty tight knit community because
It is.
I'm comparing it to the music ones, and everybody who went to college and picked up an acoustic guitar and played Wonderwall wanted to be a musician, you know. but you know, as in my case, most people move on from their Houdini magic kit by
Right.
age 11,
Sure.
yeah,
and move away from the magic, only retaining a few card tricks or something. You know,
Right,
it takes a certain person, I think, to really
Mm-hmm.
purvey in the world of magic and illusion.
yeah.
Yeah.
My parents told me that I had to go to school, which was a good idea. And I'm like, I want to be a hockey player or a magician.
Yeah.
I'm like, go to school, son. So I decided I would study marketing, and I wanted to be the most expensive perfume you could buy
Yeah.
from Holt Renfrew, not the drugstore.
Yeah.
And so that helped me market my magic. And that's definitely a reason why I can, you know, I've been able to live my whole life doing what I love doing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of magicians who perform as a hobby. Most of them are hobbyists, and not many who can, you know, live the dream.
Yeah. Now, I like how you, openly frame your act as a theater piece, both in terms of the fact that, you know, you like to dress it up, you like to tell a story, you like to have a theme, you like to make it artful.
Yeah.
But also, you know, just the fact that we're talking about here that we know you're not actually a wizard, you know? And correct me if I'm wrong, you'd know better than me, but I feel like maybe there's some people out there legitimately trying to convince people that they have
Superpowers?
superpowers.
Yeah. Well,
No.
I don't know how my iPhone works, and I don't care. And so when we present a piece of magic,
Yeah.
people have to care,
Yeah.
or else it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's about making people care about it.
Yep.
And I'm
Yeah,
it's,
like again, it's the experience, right? We want to celebrate an experience.
Yeah.
Like it's a song, like Ted was saying, like, you know, a song can make you cry. It's the experience about it. It's not about, oh, look, you know, I can do this trick, and look, here's another trick and another trick.
Yeah.
If I would ask you at the end, so what did you see? And you don't remember, that's wrong. Like, you know, you should remember every trick that we were just doing. Like, it's like, you don't remember all the lyrics right away from a song, but a song gets better how many more times you're hearing it. Magic trick doesn't get better. You have that one chance, you know, because we like that moment of excitement, the moment of surprise. And so you need to put your heart in it the first time for us.
It's a journey, and a lot of people will say their favorite piece in the show involves a spool of thread. And we sort of step back and wonder, because we just spent 8 hours setting up all this massive equipment, and it cost a fortune, and they like the trick with the piece of thread.
That fits
But
in a pocket.
it's a journey, and in order to make people care, you have to present, you know, give them the right journey and make them care about it. And because, you know, they like this piece because of what came before it, and it's a ride. And
Yeah. And again, because Ted built most of the illusions himself, like people go like, wow, this just also flows.
Yeah.
Like, because it's meant for us. Like it's us. And if somebody else would perform it, he might not get the same results that way. So not with all of the numbers, but
I worked through the night 2 nights in a row building a time machine in my basement. and it's made out of brass, and there's flashing lights, and it has a crystal knob on it, just like the Time Machine book. And that was when I realized I crossed the line between insanity and, passion and insanity.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you,
I
running
crossed
any
the
Morlocks or what?
I crossed the line, but it was
H.G.
worth it.
Wells.
It was
Yeah.
worth it. We drove through the night, and
I read the book many times
Yeah.
before I built the time machine, and I tried to make my time machine as close as possible to H.G. Wells' Time Machine.
Yeah.
So it has red, yellow, and green lights, crystal knob. There's brass. There's copper. It weighs a ton.
it's so heavy. And Ted
Very
is throwing these
steampunk.
blocks in the air, and I'm going like, I don't know. how he does it.
Chronomodulators, flux capacitors.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And I built 2 of them.
Yes, you did, because we needed one in China and
We
one
had one
in
in
the
China,
States.
then we needed one in Canada.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I built a second one.
Yeah.
So kept in 2 different undisclosed locations.
Yeah.
One of them came out of Robert's garage today, so it's not there anymore, just in case you're wondering. It's
Yeah.
not in Robert's garage. Yeah. Somewhere
Secret.
else now. We moved them around.
Yeah.
So you
Don't
go to
wanna-
China, you go to Vegas. Where else do you
Yes.
go? You go everywhere, right?
We do.
We went to Germany,
Yeah.
We went- oh,
and
that was
Marion's
good.
German, and I am not German. And we played the Hansa Theater, the oldest variety theater in Germany, and they chose the numbers they wanted me to perform. And for some sick, twisted reason, they wanted me to do a talking piece, and I don't speak German. My German's
With the
terrible.
audience going into
So
the house.
Marion taught me the show phonetically. I write it all out. And so I performed my first piece, and I walked out, and I said, I was trying to say, "Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Last night I had an incredible dream. Guten Abend, meine Damen und Herren. Letzte Nacht hatte einen Traum." So,
Hatte ich.
hi everyone. Last night I dreamt of being naked.
Yeah.
And no one, so the director, Marion ran to the director after the show to apologize and say,
Because
like,
it's a
don't worry,
super
I'll fix it up.
conservative theater, and
Right.
they just had announced prior to this, sorry, real quick, they just had announced prior to our performance that exactly 100 years on that day before us, that month, Harry Houdini stood on exact the same stage. So that was huge. So they were like super excited that we were there. So here Ted is telling everybody that last time naked, I had an incredible dream, because the word night is Nacht, and the word Nacht, like night, is Nacht. So we have Nacht
Did you
and
get
Nacht.
that? Nacht.
Yeah.
Very obvious, really.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, this conservative theater manager comes up to me and she goes, Marion, like, did you tell Ted yet? I'm like, no, I'm so sorry. I wanted to apologize to you first. It's phonetic. I'm going to work with him all night if it takes whatever, and she's like, no, don't say a word. So like, it's so cute. It comes over so well. The audience loves it. They were all giggling. I said, okay, well, if you say so, like, we're going to keep it this way. So Ted said 62 times. Last time naked, I had an incredible dream. And everybody knew it. We were like, it was a variety show. So
Yeah.
we had like acts from like Hungary, from like Poland, from like the US, Canada. So there were so many people. Anyway, and everybody knew it but Ted. So just before the last show, I said, well, honey, like, your opening line. And he goes like, yeah, what's about it? And I said, well, you know how the audience always like smiles and like giggles a little bit. And then he goes, yeah, it's my accent, right? I said, well, the word night is Nacht and the word naked is Nackt. And that's what you keep saying. He says, what? So he chased me through this old vaudeville theater where like all the dressing rooms are a long corridor, ending up in a cafeteria. I ran into the cafeteria and all the other performers were sitting there already. And he goes, they all knew because they all went, you told him. So everybody was in on it, but Ted.
The
So
audience, every night they smirked when I spoke, and
Every
I thought it
night.
was my funny accent, but it was not.
Nope.
It was that I was talking about being naked. So.
That's correct. And everybody loved it. The tall blonde guy, right, with the blue eyes.
In China, things went amazingly well. We had a great tour, and we did our like a 90-minute show, just us, in English.
Yeah.
And everyone loves hearing English in China. And we toured all these huge theaters. They were incredible. And we made a pile of money, and we thought we would be touring China every year. And so we were going to leave our show there and build another show here and go back and forth. And then somehow the deal didn't work out and it didn't happen. But it was a lot of fun working in China.
Yeah.
And that was it. Things are different in China.
Yeah.
Like we're square, they're round. Contracts are guidelines. It's different from how we, do business here.
Yeah.
But it was when we were first there, it was frustrating and I would want to bang my head against the wall 10 times a day. And then I got really pulled in and it was so fascinating. And I wanted to learn more about the culture and I wanted to stay there. And I mean, we could have almost moved there. It was so amazing.
And people were really nice. Like, we had like these 2 agents that were traveling with us. They provided us with also an illusion technician from China who spoke a bit of English, who was sort of helping out our illusion technician who didn't speak Chinese. I mean, we all learned like a couple of words and it was fun when Ted used those 5 words he knew, like the audience went wild. And then we had this Gambe. Yeah, that's
Gambe.
cheers.
Gambe.
So, and then like Ted shows up with his mirror ball jacket that I created many years ago. It has over 6,000 mirrors on it. And Ted is a walking mirror ball. And when all the moving lights pick up this mirror ball jacket while he's turning, the flashes you should see, like of this like 1,500, 2,000 seat venue was like, it was crazy. And Ted could turn for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Like
ordinarily,
usually,
like here in North America, I can walk out with the mirror ball jacket and I can turn 3 times and everyone will applaud for 3 turns.
Yeah.
And you'll see it at the Station Theater if you see our show. 3 turns, everyone applauds. But in China, I could turn
hours.
6 times.
Like, it's crazy. It was like unbelievable. They went
loved it.
crazy. So it's like, it was interesting, right? Or we have this trick where where Ted is borrowing a shoe. Now, in North America, it's not a problem. Like, they give you the shoe. In China, they will also give you the shoe, except they will be standing on 1 foot for 5 minutes. So we right away had to get one of those little slippers that
they won't put their foot back down.
They will not, because the
Their sock foot won't go on a dirty floor.
Would not go on a dirty floor. So they're literally standing there like a stork. And that was kind of new to us. So we had to like adapt, you know, but it was.
And the food in China was
phenomenal.
Incredible. We all loved the food. And
it was so good.
we loved the food. It was funny because our handlers, they wanted American food. So they wanted to go to McDonald's.
And Burger King.
And we would wanted to eat the local food, and it was fantastic food. And when we came back, we were just trying to find some good Chinese food, and we couldn't anymore. We were snobs.
Yeah, we asked like some Chinese friends that we have. Yeah, we said like, okay, so where do you go? You know, and they go like, my home cooking. You know.
Yeah,
but it was an amazing experience.
Yeah, it was fun.
We thought we'd be going back every year, and we still hopefully we will one day. But
we were also on cruise ships. We worked on cruise ships on Princess Cruise Line.
Mm-hmm.
We did a couple we toured with them, and that was fun too. It's like a paid vacation, and then you do a couple shows.
My sister worked on Princess.
So we were on the Coral and the Crown Princess. Those were our ships that we were working on, and it was fun.
What was the route for those?
One was New England, which was kind of funny
England
because
cruise,
and then
the Panama Canal cruise. That was
those were the
quite
routes
beautiful.
we would take. Yeah.
My sister did the Caribbean.
Okay,
She was on
nice.
for about 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were doing 11 days on, 11 days off.
Yeah, we
do
were
like-
fly-ons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a musical song and dance musical review.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fun.
Well, that's a neat life, and it's it's wonderful, and then you don't want it anymore.
Yeah,
But
it's a weird bubble.
like Vegas.
I mean, I wasn't
Yeah.
there, but I wasn't there. But I heard about it from my sister.
Yeah.
It's,
Do
It
you want
is.
to live in Vegas or just visit Vegas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But mostly we drive because our show is huge, so it's in a truck. So we're driving in North America.
Yeah, and
Or,
often we fly the crew then.
Pre-plague, we'd drive around across Canada. We'd go from Prince Edward Island to BC between January and April every year.
we
do
did
this big
Labrador
tour.
and Happy Valley Goose Bay
Yep,
as well.
Labrador.
So we did those places. And then the farthest west for us was, Whitehorse. That was the farthest west.
And the U.S. and also magic conventions. We do magic conventions where you
Yeah.
meet like 600 crazy magicians. And we do our show, and then we do a lecture, and we teach a couple of tricks that we invented and meet all these crazy guys.
Last live magic show I saw was at a Coca convention.
Coca.
Right.
It wasn't us.
Wes
eh?
Barker.
Coca.
You know Wes. You know
yeah.
Wes.
Yeah.
Partied with Wes that night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We know Wes.
Yeah.
He was
I
on Penn and
did-
Teller, didn't he? Fool them with his sword trick.
That could be.
Yeah.
I think he
That
did.
could be.
Could
yeah.
you fool Penn and Teller?
We submitted a few things.
Yeah.
We never got on.
No. We were
but,
asked for America's Got
we
Talent.
sent them the time machine.
Yeah.
And then I also have a trick called Time of Day where I predict the time. And we sent that in. And
You predict the
I
time
predict
of
the
day.
time of day. It's really scary.
And we
Scares
actually
me.
do it on the
That's how
radio to
scary it
promote
is.
our shows, which is really cool. Like, on the radio, a magic trick is like, really? But it's pretty awesome. And then there's a caller calling in and predicting a time. And
Yeah.
then it matches. An envelope that we mailed the host prior to it. It's pretty cool.
I've actually worked on a variation where we predict the time that you see on the Fuller post office. This gorgeous old post office that Bruce Linton restored, which is so gorgeous. I always look for excuses to walk by that building, and Bruce gave me a tour of it, and the inside is amazing, the outside's amazing. So imagine you're looking at the clock tower at the top of the Fuller post office. What time do you see in your mind? I already know, and
Right.
that's the idea. So,
Yeah.
but that building is awesome.
Yeah, and we always brainstorm things, though, which is kind of cool, right? Like, I mean, a lot of stuff is like, especially when we tour, because sometimes we're like sitting for 10 hours in the truck next to each other, and we have like the craziest ideas, and sometimes they come through. Like Magic Alley was during Harry Potter, like, like Diagon Alley, and we were like, we got a Magic Alley, we need to have a Magic Alley, and then we were brainstorming it, and then our illusion tech was right away taking a napkin and drawing like a sketch of it, like how it would look, how the set would look, and then we went on from there. So that's how like new numbers get created, and then sometimes we have the music first, and that inspires us to a piece, or we have the piece in mind, and then like the music comes afterwards. And when we go camping in the show, so at one point we had trouble. Like we wanted to do like shadow puppets and we couldn't find the right track, like, and you're just searching and you have something in mind, but you haven't found it yet. And then I was on the bus going to Montreal at the time, and I just heard this track, and it was like shadow puppets. It was like so shadow
It's
puppets.
so exciting to
And-
find the right music
Yeah,
for
I
the
was
right piece
so
of
excited.
magic.
I'm like sending it to
It's
Ted,
very
and
exciting.
you're like, you gotta listen to this. Like I was like so hyper and excited. It was crazy. Like if that happens, it's pretty awesome.
But I have to tell you something that I learned about Smiths Falls. After we moved here, I was reading Smiths Falls, the book by Glenn Lockwood. It's the history book of Smiths Falls.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
got it on my coffee table.
thick book. Yeah. So
There's 2 pictures of the building we're in right now in that book.
there are.
There are. That's so cool because our house isn't.
Amazing. I've been
Yeah.
looking for a picture
So
for you
cool.
guys, and I haven't found anything. So I guess I didn't read the book very
Yeah,
carefully.
it was originally a print shop, a bookstore and print shop.
Wow,
Oh,
cool.
that is so amazing.
That is cool.
That is
That's super cool.
bookshop, print shop.
Yeah.
So I open the book, I look in the index, magician. I find a magician. Senior Bosco performed in Smiths Falls in 1888 at the Opera House.
And everybody
Well,
goes,
that's
where's the
interesting.
opera
So-
house?
I asked everyone about the Opera House. Nobody knew.
Yeah.
So I learned that there was a Methodist chapel, and the Methodists were really happening back in the day. And so they had a new church built, Trinity Methodist Church. So they moved into their church, and their chapel was sold to Ogle Carse. And Ogle was the mayor of Smiths Falls at one point. He lived at Rockland House, and he bought the Methodist chapel, turned it into an opera house, 700 seats. There were like 300 good seats, and the rest, they were just standing. So the opera house, and that's where Senior Bosco performed in 1888. And then the Opera House turned into a wholesale grocery store, Robertson's Wholesale Grocery. And in the 60s, they tore it down and they built the post office.
Oh.
So the current post office, the new one, that's the location where the Opera House was located.
Used to be.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. And
Super
Senior
cool.
Bosco, who invented the sand frame, which I'm sure you've heard of. I'm just joking. Anyway, he invented a trick that people know him for. But he performed here in 1888, and I researched him, and I wrote a story about it. And it was published in Hometown News, and then it was published in a international magic magazine for magicians, and then a Canadian magic magazine for magicians.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely, it was exciting for me.
So one thing that was certainly different in 1888 about magic, and I would say probably still about just as different from now in 1988, was, I mean, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have YouTube. So the old adage of a magician never reveals his secrets was a lot easier to ring true back then, I think, you know?
For sure.
You know,
it was
spend
word
a
of
good
mouth,
hour on
maybe
Google.
a
I
book.
think you can probably find
Yeah.
most of the answers you're looking for as a curious person. How do you feel that's affected your world or the magic world?
I don't think it matters if you present it in a way that people care about it. It doesn't matter. They'll still love it. Even if you know how it works, if it's presented well, it's beautiful. It's like music. If it's beautiful, it's beautiful. But that is a good question. And I do have a really interesting book in my collection called The Discovery of Witchcraft. And this book was written by Reginald Scott, and it explained that tricks were actually tricks. So you don't have to burn that person at the stake because they're not a witch.
Yeah.
They're just doing some tricks. So it saved many lives, and it was a big turning point in the magic world where it's like, oh, okay. You don't have to be afraid of that person.
Yeah.
That was just a trick. But definitely. I mean, books, word of mouth.
Well,
that would have
books
been
really
how they were
helped you.
passed
And
on.
actually, one of Ted's first jobs was at a magic shop, which is pretty awesome in
That was
Montreal.
great.
So he met all these older magicians that would love to show him a trick and teach him stuff. And he had like first grabs on like certain new tricks that would come its way. And your Duff pen that you saved money up for. And so it's pretty cool. And then Ted
I had my paper route. I'd go save up my money and buy my tricks.
Yeah. I owned a few tricks in the day. Myself, I was always I leaned towards just the regular deck card tricks.
You were a purist.
purist.
Excellent. Yeah.
I don't know if it was about being pure necessarily as it was about being, I don't know, spontaneous. I mean, you could be spontaneous and pull a deck of cards out of your pocket, but that seems planned. But if you're just there and you're playing poker or a deck of cards is there, it's like, hey,
No, you've
throw
got to
throw me that deck.
They
Throw me
must
your deck
ask
of cards.
you to perform the trick.
Right.
So, show me a trick.
Yeah.
You don't want to say, hey, let me show you a trick. And then they'll go, disappear. You want them to say, oh, come on, show us something. And then you can say, well, do you have any cards around? And then they bring you the cards, and then it's spontaneous and people want it. And that's definitely
I'm pretty
way to
good at
go.
disappearing. I do it a lot at parties.
Right.
Disappearing. Yeah, no, that was when I was
Also known as the Irish exit. You don't say bye. You just leave.
You just-
hey, where'd Matt go?
disappeared.
Oh, he's gone.
Good. Wow. Who was that
He
man?
vanished.
Who was that guy?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I used to work in restaurants doing magic, and I'd go up to tables, and it was all about, approaching the right table at the right time.
Yeah.
So one time I approached this couple, and I said, hi, my name's Ted. Do you want to see a magic trick? And the guy said, yeah, disappear. So I learned, you've got to arrive at the right time, and you look for people that are watching. I would do a trick, and if someone was watching me, that would indicate that they probably wanted me to come to their table. But the couple that was discussing their divorce, they were not the right people to approach to show a card trick to. So, But that really got me going in the magic business. I would work in a restaurant doing tricks at tables, and then
Right.
people would invite me to come and perform for their private parties and things like that. So,
Yeah. So those tricks you mentioned, and you mentioned earlier there was some close-up magic. You did use
Yeah.
that term specifically. You
Yeah.
still do a lot of close-up magic? I love close-up magic.
Yes, I love it.
Yes.
I love it,
magic.
and I love. I'm the ambitious card is a trick where a person's card that they chose just keeps coming to the top of the deck over and over and over, and I love that. And I do that's my favorite card.
And he does it very well.
Trick. I mean, it's a whole bunch of tricks combined into
Yeah.
one, but close-up magic is beautiful and pure magic, and I do some work with coins and cards, a little bit of mentalism in there, but mind reading.
I love coin magic,
Yeah,
especially when it's really good.
Yeah.
It takes
I'm
so
not
much
that
practice,
good,
though.
but yeah,
I suck at it. I tried
more,
a bit when I was 11, but
cards are what I would use to blow your mind if I was, I wouldn't go with the coins because I'm not that good with the coins, but cards, yeah, and
Definitely cards.
mm-hmm.
And I don't do cards, no.
No, but you dance, and I can't
I
dance
do
very well. I tried to
dance.
dance, and my dancing was cut from the show. We had a choreographer, and she worked out this big choreography for me, and then I tried to do it, and she just cut it. It's like, no.
better stick to figure skating.
Yeah, even
Yeah.
my figure skating was not that great because I was a goalie, so I was used to goalie skates.
Right.
And so figure skating didn't, the blade has a big kind of rocker on it, and I was used to a flat
Yeah.
goalie skate blade. So
I can't skate at all. I mean, I can skate, but I don't know how to stop. I used to always just slam into the boards
Yeah.
to stop.
Right.
Well, I used to know how to stop, but then, it's been a while.
Yeah, haven't been on the ice. But we actually did a show on the ice for the Fredericton Canadians. We were
Yeah.
like, that was insane. So
was fun.
they had like this, they put down like a carpet in a T-shape with curtains on all sides. So we would not be actually physically on the ice. But it was still very cold, like, in your cute little costumes and whatnot. And then the guy with the MC was like introducing us for a very long time. And so, we were all frozen by the time the show started. And that was kind of like an interesting show.
And at the time, we worked with Zelda, the
Psychic
chicken.
chicken.
So during the show, Zelda we'd put her in the chicken cannon. She was blasted
Yeah.
out of the cannon. She'd reappear on the other side of the stage. So during the show, one of the local crew members, they were told not to touch our props, but they started putting away our props. And Zelda's body double was crushed, and she died, which was sad.
Because
And-
it's our pet, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah.
chicken.
So
it was living
we had
with
two
us.
chickens. Zelda's body double died.
Yes.
And so the next day, the Fredericton Canadians sent out a press release saying that my feathers had been ruffled.
And and chicken wings.
Chicken wings were on sale
yeah,
at
on
the
special.
restaurant in the arena. And so I received a call from the local radio station, and this story went
Crazy.
It went viral.
It
We
was-
were on the front page of the Fredericton newspaper, then the New Brunswick newspaper, then we were on the front page of the National Post, and there were radio call-in shows about, the magician Ted,
Yeah.
because
and-
I said, she was our pet. When she died, we cried. We were sad. It was,
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
our pet.
Yeah.
And we fed her, corn niblets every day, and we loved her.
Yeah.
So it went crazy. And the next thing we knew, the David Letterman show called.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, come and do our crazy pet trick spot on the show.
Yeah.
So because of Zelda, we received more publicity than we had ever received in our lives.
It was insane.
And,
And actually
Zelda.
now if
Yeah.
you look up like funny animal stories and you Google Zelda, you actually find her
We
story.
were in Halifax,
Yes.
and we saw like a billboard in front of a restaurant
and
advertising chicken Zelda on the menu.
On the menu.
So, that's how famous Zelda the chicken
that was years later. So
Yeah.
we went to the restaurant and I asked the waiter, what's up with the chicken Zelda? And she's like, I don't know. It's like the cook who put that on. And I said, do you mind asking the cook how the cook comes to chicken Zelda? So the cook comes out because the cook was wondering why we're asking. So he wanted to meet us. So, and the cook goes, so what's up? Like, I like to follow these funny animal stories. And there was this magician that had this chicken by the name of Zelda that got crushed. So, and we just said, yeah, well, that was us. So he's like, oh my God. So anyway, so that was cool. So yeah.
So Zelda passed away, and then we found a replacement for her, and this replacement chicken came from Celine Dion. Celine Dion had a bunch of chickens for her kids to play with.
When they
so
were
we
little.
ended up with Celine's chickens in our show.
So they were show chickens.
Yeah, show business chickens.
Yep.
And then they retired, and Greta the Psychic Goose showed up. She's not real.
No.
She's a puppet.
Well, it's because
She used to be real, but now she's a puppet.
We
Yeah.
used to, we started touring, abroad. So, and it's really hard to travel with a pet chicken.
Mm-hmm.
So when we would go to the US, we say we need, a chicken of this size, whatever. But they would supply us, one time they supplied us with a black chicken. So all you would see is a beak and little feet because it's in front of a black curtain. So you couldn't even see the chicken. So we were like, okay, no, we got to get away from that.
Yeah. For your next podcast, we could do an entire episode about smuggling chickens into hotel rooms and the adventures of Zelda the Psychic Chicken.
Yeah, in a hockey bag usually.
Many stories.
And a dog kennel in a hockey bag, and letting her run around the bathtub, putting the curtain in, and it's great. Turning on the TV, trying to find an animal channel because they go bah, 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 bah. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Now, do you think that I understand having affection towards a chicken?
Yeah. We do eat chicken.
No, yeah, I get it. I get it.
No, but
I have affection towards the fish I have at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it has no affection for me because it's a fish.
Yeah, probably
Did your chicken
not.
have affection for you?
She knew us. She trained us.
Oh,
because
absolutely.
Zelda and her companion, who no one knew about, we had to keep that away from the media, her, gay lover.
Yeah.
Anyway. But so in the morning, they would, if they heard us make noise, they'd start squawking right away because they knew that if they did that, we would bring them their fresh corn, which they wanted for breakfast.
Yeah.
So Marion and I would be very quiet in the morning, and then once we made noise, we had to go feed the chickens, and then we could come back and keep sleeping.
Yeah. Oh, there's another good story because one time I didn't know that Ted had a show that day, and I fed the chickens grapes because they love grapes.
Yeah.
So I was like, I want to share my grapes with you guys. And then Ted
always
says,
told Marion, do not feed Zelda before a show.
That's right.
And she fed Zelda grapes.
I didn't know he had a show that day.
And I was doing a show for, I think it was a day camp.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's a
I think
small
so.
show. And the floor, it was highly polished tiles.
Yeah.
And I brought Zelda out. And Zelda was going to lay a colored egg on the
colored
count
egg.
of 3.
Yes.
On the count of 3, she'll lay an egg. 1,
One,
2. So she didn't lay an egg that day. But
That's
she
right.
put on a spectacular show. And the kids were all looking at this gigantic
Diarrhea.
ring on the floor. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind
Now,
of
is
good.
egg phonetically similar to shit in German?
No, not quite. No. But it was really funny. So when Ted got home, he's like, Marion. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, don't feed her grapes
No
before
more
the show.
grapes. I
It's
said,
not
I
a good
didn't
idea.
know.
And
anyway.
then Zelda had her own 8x10.
Oh yeah.
Zelda the Psychic Chicken 8x10.
Yeah.
And so we did a show, and one of the
The river run.
stagehands,
At the river run in Guelph.
Zelda wrote the guy a note. It was like, to Fred, thanks for the great lay. Love Zelda. And this 8x10 made it on the wall.
Nice.
And then Fred's girlfriend came by and saw the 8x10. And apparently it caused some problems. So Zelda got him into
Oh
trouble.
yeah. Or
When did you play the river run?
Oh, many
we started.
times.
You know what? That was
the
River
first.
Run was our first theater in Ontario,
Yeah.
and Rob
Mackay,
Mackay, the
we love him.
manager,
Yeah.
who's the coolest guy in the world, took a chance, tried out this new magic show.
Yeah.
We were them,
Yeah,
and we played the River Run.
multiple
I don't know,
times.
4 times,
At
5
least,
times,
yeah.
6 times. He's the reason we were able to start performing in
In
Ontario.
Ontario.
Nice.
He was the first
Yeah.
place in Ontario.
So do you
the
know
River.
Rob?
No, I know the head tech
Okay.
at River
Pooch.
Run. Pooch, yeah.
Yeah,
You
we
know
love
Pooch?
Yeah,
Pooch.
Pooch. I know Pooch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I worked my
Pooch.
Molson gigs with Pooch. Did
No
the,
way.
Amazing.
We love
did,
Amazing.
did the Mystery Mansion with Pooch.
Oh,
Wow.
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 No, we love
He
Pooch.
is the nicest guy
Absolutely.
in the universe.
Yeah.
I call him Papa Bear.
Aw.
There's a whole story.
Wow.
behind
Yeah, I
that,
know.
but-
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
really neat.
That's
You
really
ever play?
cool.
You ever play the Capitol Theater in Chatham?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
We did.
When'd you play there?
Chatham. Now,
Chatham.
did they close down? Is that the capital?
The Capitol
We
Theater.
played-
In
I have this feeling that they were closing down.
that was in
And
Windsor.
that was Windsor.
That was Windsor,
Okay.
Ted. The
No, but
theater in
we
Windsor.
played there a few
The-
times.
The
Yeah.
Capitol Theater in Chatham opened like it's like 100-year-old theater.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an old
it was
theater.
a theater, and
Yeah.
then when theater wasn't the thing anymore, it was a movie theater for a while,
Yeah.
and then it was basically boarded up for decades.
Okay.
Right.
And then the town in Chatham, which is where I bought my church.
Okay.
My church was in
Right.
Chatham. Well,
Yeah.
it was 15 minutes outside of Chatham in the middle
Yeah.
of a cornfield, but Chatham was the closest town.
Mm-hmm.
And I worked at the Chatham Theater when I bought my church. It's like they were just finishing this mega reno of the Capitol Theater in Chatham. It's
Okay.
a 1,200 seater,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they had totally redone it. They got a $20 million grant.
Wow.
To
Okay.
redo
Wow.
the theater
Yeah.
in Chatham.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the first show we did? It was before a bunch of shit happened, but it was Bill Cosby when he was still in theater.
Wow. Yeah.
So that would have been, like 2010, I think. 2010 when it opened.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the theater itself didn't shut down, but within 6 months of opening, due to mismanagement, the Capital Chatham Theatre Association, the board that had been formed to bring this theater to life, dissolved because they went bankrupt.
Because I have this feeling we did a show there and they were about to close, and we donated all our merchandise sales to their fund to keep the theater going.
Might have been
Yeah.
something.
And
like
then, so we
Yeah.
sold tons of merchandise at the
Yeah.
show, and it was really painful because we donated all of it
Yeah.
to the
Yeah.
theater
Yeah.
fund.
No, but we do like to
But
support because it's the theaters
we've
that.
been there. I'm sure we've been
all
there
life.
once or twice.
Yeah, we have.
But I just
we
have this
been.
memory. Maybe we were there at one point when they were.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not
having
sure where
problems.
they're at. I'm not sure where they're at right now because I haven't checked in on them. But it was like
Yeah.
they had all these big plans. They
Yeah.
brought on all these big shows. They did like country music concerts. They did
Yeah.
ballets. They had the Chinese acrobats in.
Yeah.
But one of the last shows I did there was the Chinese acrobats. And
Okay.
Oh, yeah, cool.
they had to return their follow spots because they couldn't afford them anymore because they were going out of business.
Oh.
So I had to run a not a follow spot as a follow spot hanging in the wrappers.
Improvised ellipsoidal fixture became a follow spot.
Yeah, I
Like
was,
a
Yeah.
Lico
I was
or
using
something.
I was using a Fresnel
A Fresnel, yeah.
as a follow
So,
spot
yeah.
to follow
Yeah.
the acrobats.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Those little fuckers are fast.
Well, one of the
Right.
things that we really like about our show is that it takes 8 hours to set up. So
Yeah.
we work with the crew. Like we
Yeah.
arrive in the morning
Yeah.
at 8
Yeah.
and we all work with the crew and we all sweat and set up and we always give them crew t-shirts and like we become family.
Yeah.
By the time it's showtime, like we're all one.
Yeah.
And so, the artists and the crew
Yeah.
are all one and we do the show.
Yeah.
And we make friends because we spend the whole day with these
Yeah,
guys.
that's what I was
Yeah.
there.
And they
I was
That's
house
right.
crew at that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
like
they know
Mm-hmm.
we're all invested 100% together and they work with us. And
Well, we couldn't
we've
do it
made so
without
many
them.
beautiful friends.
I think I
Yeah.
did a Russian ballet actually at the
Cool.
Chatham Theater.
Yeah.
Can't remember the actual
Mm.
company. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was a Russian ballet.
Yeah. I know of a company that was
Yeah.
touring always
Yeah.
in Canada from Russia. Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. No,
Maybe we've done a show together and we don't even remember.
You know
That's
what? I've never worked a
possible.
magic show.
Okay.
I've never worked a magic show.
Right.
Aside from my lame tricks I do at
So
parties.
no, because I
Right.
mean, I always during the sound check I always sing Quando, and I sang Quando tonight, and it didn't. I watched you. Nothing happened. So you
Yeah.
haven't heard me sing Quando before. I was checking.
Yeah, no.
And so,
but-
you know what was really neat? I always
Yes.
sing Quando because my friend sang Quando, so I sing Quando in sound check. And Marion and I were doing a show at the Montreal Casino, and sorry, what was the question again? So no, we were at the Montreal Casino, and I went outside for a breath of fresh air, and this guy is walking in, coming out of his black shiny tour bus. Engelbert Humperdinck
Humperdinck.
is getting
The
off
man
his tour bus,
himself.
walking into the theater. And I told him my story about how I always sing Quando, and Engelbert is the master of Quando.
Yeah.
So I went up in the elevator with Engelbert, and we went to our dressing room, and I said, Marion, I want you to meet my friend here, Engelbert. So, and he
Oh my God!
said hi
I
to
just said
Marion,
it was
and
so cool.
he was super
and
cool.
his
and he
his
could still
manager,
do it.
yeah, totally.
He
And
could
his managers
do
seem
it.
to like enjoy us very much. Like he came
Yeah.
down and checked out our show, and he was totally there. It was kind of fun. And
Yeah.
Ted was like, I guess I got to do my sound check. And I was like, yeah, you better
Yeah.
sing Quando.
He,
So it was good.
yeah.
This is
I
the
did-
second time Engelbert Humperdinck has come up in conversation for me in a week.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, please explain.
I don't remember why he came up, but I just recently learned, or at least was told, I'm not sure if it's accurate or not, but that's not his real name. That Engelbert Humperdinck is actually the name of a lesser known classical composer from the 16 or 1700s
Okay.
that he just chose as a
Because it was
moniker.
just obviously the hottest name you could have.
Yeah.
Engelbert.
Right.
Well, when we met him, he had jet black hair, super tan.
Super
He
tan.
was in his 70s, I guess.
and black tour bus. Very jealous.
Is he still alive?
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, he was.
this was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was 10 years ago. So I don't know, but I haven't
I don't
heard
know.
anything.
I'm not
I've
sure.
got a computer.
I'm not
right here.
sure,
I'm gonna
yeah.
solve
Yeah.
this conundrum
Yeah, we need
for
to know.
us.
We need to know.
Engelbert
He was really nice.
Humperdinck.
Nice guy.
Yeah, very nice guy.
It was because it was funny. We saw a dressing room door next to ours. And
Wikipedia says is an English pop singer, so he's still with us.
yeah.
good. Okay.
He's oh no, this is an out of date Wikipedia article or he died this year.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Wow.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Although
That's too bad.
there's no mention of his death. Just
I didn't
that
hear
it
about it.
said. Oh no, sorry, that's his spouse. His spouse died this year. He's still
Oh,
alive.
Okay, he's still
Still
alive.
sad though.
It's still
His wife
very
died.
sad.
It is
That
Of
sucks.
course.
sad.
Now it's horrible to lose a partner.
Yeah. No, it was amazing to see his Engelbert Humperdinck on the dressing room door next to our dressing room.
Yeah, and we
That
were
was-
sure, like when we showed up, that must be a
Wow.
tribute band. But nope, it was the man himself.
And
Yeah,
he
it's a
was
stage name.
really cool.
His name is Arnold George Dorsey.
Oh, so it's almost the same.
Yeah.
Arnold
He just
George.
rearranged
just a little
the
tweak.
syllables.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. I thought about changing my name to be more hip. And plus I lived in Montreal.
Right.
And French Canadians have a bit of trouble with Outerbridge.
I can see that. They can handle Theodore
Outerbridge.
though, right?
Outerbridge. Well, I never told anyone I was Theodore.
It was always Ted.
It was Ted. But I thought about changing Outerbridge. Outerbridge. I was going to change it to Bridge.
Right.
Something shorter.
But
I
now,
didn't.
But now people keep asking us, so what's your real name? They
Yeah.
think it's such a great stage name, Outerbridge.
I think
So
I
they go like, "What's your name?" And we
made
go
the right
like, "Well,
choice
that
keeping
is
Outerbridge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
like, what
it's
do you
a
want?
good name.
Like, it's
Yeah.
a good name. I think it has a great ring to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we like to call it Outerbridge. I mean, we do refer as outer bridges, but I find Outerbridge is stronger than outer bridges.
Yeah.
So that's why we call
Yeah.
it Outerbridge.
Yeah, so we were
Well,
Ted and Marion
to really
Outerbridge
make
and
sense, it would have to be like the Outer Bridges, and that just sounds
That's
like
right.
a sitcom.
And it's just like super
the
long,
Outer
right?
Bridges. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
and
Partridge
it's-
Family, the
yeah.
Outer Bridges.
Yeah.
So we turned it into Outerbridge.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it just sounds
Cut Ted and
stronger.
Marion. I don't have
Yeah.
a name anymore.
Well,
I'm
it's just too long
Outerbridge.
because it's
Yeah.
a long name. It's a good
Yeah.
name. It's a cool name, and people know, and we're the people with the clocks. But it's like that's what people know us for.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to have too many syllables. Unless you're Engelbert Humperdinck. Then you can do it. But
Engelbert
Humperdinck. It's very long.
yeah.
3 and 3. It's
But-
it's
Yeah.
3 syllables is good. It's fawn aesthetics.
Okay.
That's what I've always said.
Yeah, for, a
fawn
word,
aesthetics.
for a word to be fawn aesthetic, it should have 3 syllables,
Okay.
Okay.
and the accents have to be right. You can't have the accent on the end. It can't be Outerbridge,
No, that wouldn't work.
and it wouldn't
It's
work
just-
if it was
No.
Outerbridge.
No.
It has to be Outerbridge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like cellar door,
Yeah.
Right.
the most beautiful phrase in the English language.
Cellar door.
Cellar door. Actually,
door.
it's supposed to be pronounced British,
Okay.
so it's cellar door.
Celador.
Cellar door.
Cellar door.
Okay.
That's
Well, I'm British. I
universally
mean, we're
agreed
from,
upon.
the Outerbridges are from Sheffield, England.
Outerbridge. I'm
And,
horrible at accents.
A couple of Outerbridges ran off to Bermuda. So my family's from Bermuda.
Oh, they
And
actually
we
have
have a,
pirate license.
yeah, we have a family member who was a pirate. So
A
And
bona
so-
fide pirate or like
and-
a privateer?
he had a license from the crown.
Oh, so he was a
to-
privateer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we give you license to loot and pillage.
Yeah.
If they
Yeah.
don't have the right flag on their boat, you can, take them down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And then my grandfather was a medical missionary. That's a different
Yep.
division of the family, I guess. You had the missionaries, the pirates, and then the bootleggers. So, but I'm from the missionary side of the family.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep. And I'm from Germland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Düsseldorf.
Dusseldorf.
Yeah. And
They had a vampire.
probably.
Vampire of Dusseldorf.
Really? I don't know.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, I'm going to Google that tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will
The
too.
Vampire of Dusseldorf.
Vampire
That's
of Dusseldorf.
cool.
I think that might have been a nickname for a serial killer.
Okay.
Now that
Because,
I think of it.
Okay.
we have the longest bar, they say, in Düsseldorf, because the old town, there's one pub next to another. So there's so many pubs linked together. So that's why we call it the longest bar in the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I went there and said, yeah.
And then next thing you know, we were
15
married.
years ago tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 15 years.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a serial killer.
Okay.
Peter Curtin,
Peter Curtin, yeah. No, I
okay.
don't think I can say I know him.
1883, born
before my time.
Died in 1931.
Still before my time.
Born and died in Cologne.
In Cologne. Yeah,
Cologne,
that's next
yeah.
door. You know,
Yeah.
like that the Düsseldorf folks are not very close to the Cologne folks. Like, they're very, like, different.
Yeah, I'm not
Very
sure why
different.
he wasn't called the vampire of Cologne. But
I
He
know.
was the vampire of Dusseldorf or the Dusseldorf monster.
Ooh.
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 Ouch.
Yeah, ouch.
Yeah.
No good. No good.
Series of murders between February and November 1929.
Okay.
There's some
Yeah.
history for you.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
Now,
Should look that up.
correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah,
which I
okay.
very well may be. But is your accent fully German or is it influenced in other ways?
No, it's 100%.
Marion
It's-
speaks 5 languages.
I speak 5
That was my
sometimes
next
at
question.
the
How many
same
Yeah.
languages
time.
do you
I
speak?
speak-
5 languages fluently.
Yeah.
I do. I speak 5 languages fluently. When I'm tired, I speak them all at the same time.
Right.
And I wait. I can put on a heavy accent if you want me to do so, but I don't really like it very much.
Right.
Like the German is like not really what I want to speak.
Right.
So like in my English, I speak
So I'm
Dutch.
not wrong then.
No.
It's softened.
It's softened.
and it's
softened.
influenced with
that's
other
right.
things.
But you see, for me,
Well,
my-
when you speak Dutch, people don't even,
yes.
they're not
No,
even
people
sure if
don't
you're.
know. Like my Dutch is so good. Like
Dutch?
Yeah.
usually, like when
Yeah.
Germans speak Dutch, it's a really heavy accent
Yeah.
as well, and I can sort of camouflage that
Yeah.
quite well. And people have asked me where I was from, and I said from Düsseldorf, and they go like, "Yeah, but that's in Düsseldorf. So why did you guys moved there? Like when I
Yeah.
was living in
Yeah.
Holland." But
And your Russian
My Russian is
was
pretty,
very good,
My
right?
Russian was
I mean,
very
Marion
good.
lived in Russia. So.
Now it's okay. Like I have to describe sometimes words, which I realize because
Yeah.
I don't know them right now, but I can
Yeah.
describe it and then
Yeah.
I'm okay. And my English, well, that's what I practice every day was that. And then my French from Montreal. Of course, like it's
Yeah.
more the Quebecois French, not the nice Parisian French, like or whatever. It's just different, it's a
Yeah.
different
Yeah,
accent.
totally.
So I do speak all those languages. And for my acting career here in Canada, I find it hard because there's this tiny little accent that you do hear, and it's really hard for me to get rid of. So yeah. So that's that. So I did do a Volkswagen commercial. That was good. And it was done in German.
Yeah.
And we were shooting it in Montreal, pretending to be in Munich. And it was hilarious because it was freezing cold. And I don't know, it's like -20 and we were all dressed there like with our cute little jeans jackets. Like we all had like blue lips trying to pretend we're in Munich. And they were holding auditions and it seemed like they had a hard time finding Germans without any accent that would
Yeah.
speak German without any accent. So yeah, I got the job.
Nice.
Yeah, it was good. So and I did a bit of like translation for a couple, like for a TV series that was. Yeah. Blood and Treasure. The first season had some German in it and
Yeah.
I was voice coach and translation. So, but like for myself, like for roles, it's hard just because I always have that accent in there.
Right.
Can't get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm not very good at accents myself. Like I do a fair amount of voice work.
Right.
I was in a
Cool.
What was it? Chevy commercial myself.
Right. Very
Ooh.
cool.
I'm the voice of the Chevy Colorado pickup truck
Okay.
in South
That
Korea.
is so cool.
in South Korea.
South Korea, I love it. Now that is cool.
Wow.
And I'm the voice of Wild Turkey
Okay.
bourbon
Right.
in Russia.
Whoa.
So,
that is
I mean,
insane.
if you
That's
go to
awesome.
Russia,
they all will
people would
recognize
just,
you.
they'd be so happy to meet you.
Maybe. I'm not
Or
sure how
South
well the
Korea.
campaign did. It was actually a really funny campaign. It
Okay.
was so apparently the people in Russia, their marketing challenge with Wild Turkey bourbon in Russia is that they don't know what turkeys are.
Right.
So they think it's a Turkish product.
Yeah, so that's
okay.
a problem.
And
Yeah.
Russians aren't necessarily inherently favorable towards Turkey
Right.
Right.
culturally.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
would mess everything up. Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
But they, as many countries are, like China, Japan, and South Korea, enamored with certain facets of North American culture. So that it was this campaign all about trying to reinstill and re-educate the Russian populace that Wild Turkey bourbon was an American product, not a Turkish product. So it was this big campaign
Right.
that Wild
Yes.
Turkey was launching to
Yep.
like across like multiple, like it wasn't restaurant or bar specific. It was,
Okay.
They were going out
Yeah.
and offering a combo where you could go to like a restaurant or a pub and order a turkey burger
Right.
and get like a glass of Wild Turkey bourbon with your turkey burger.
Burger.
A real American taste.
The
Love
turkey
it.
burger or the bourbon?
Both. It was it was thematic.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah.
thematic.
Right.
Very cool.
You got your
Very
Well, that
cool.
reminds me of the
American.
Southbound bourbon from 4 Degrees.
Yeah,
That
we're drinking
beer.
that right now.
Very nice.
We drank
Very
it.
cool.
We
Yes.
drank it quite quickly. It was.
It
I liked it.
vanished.
It was good.
Yes, it was
like
nice.
you don't get a lot of those. I drink a little bit of Innis and Gun. It's got that Innis and Gun kind of thing going.
It has
Whiskey barrel aged.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's got a little tang to it.
Well, that's what started it off for us. We went to 4 Degrees and we met great people and we started hanging out with these awesome guys on Fridays, and we all referred to it,
was
as a board meeting.
meeting.
We have a board meeting Friday at 5. Are you going to be at the board meeting? And just kept on going,
Yeah.
met lots of cool people,
Yeah.
and many of those people were loading the truck with us today.
Yeah, they did. It was so awesome. It was really, really nice.
Yeah.
It was very nice for us. So
Yeah.
that help definitely made it a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
getting back into it. It's so nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about the show, but we haven't
wait,
we,
wait.
we haven't like properly talked about
No, we
the
haven't.
show.
No,
we haven't
wait.
even,
Really- we have to
haven't
plug
plugged
the show.
The show.
Yes.
Jinx, you owe
Come.
me a Coke.
So-
Very
Yeah.
simple. Come, please.
Come when?
We've
Come
gone
where?
through-
Come when?
Exactly.
For how long?
A
When's my
long
window? Where do I buy a
intermission.
ticket?
That's
Yes.
right. We'll
So,
tell you. Listen
The Station
carefully.
Theater is a gorgeous theater. The seating is amazing. There's lots of beautiful social distancing happening. So if you come in, no matter how many seats you buy, you're going to be in a little pod of 5.
But please buy
So,
5
Yeah, if you don't
tickets.
mind, buy 5. Yeah, but it's a gorgeous theater. We're performing Fridays at 7:30, Saturdays at 2 and 7:30, and Sundays at 2. 5 weeks in a row with a huge illusion show with wild, crazy illusions. Marion will be floating 6 feet off the stage, vanishing, reappearing, mind reading,
Telling
interactive. Yeah, psychic goose in the show.
Ted
So it's
is
a
a
huge-
crazy game show host.
Yeah, lots of fun stuff
And
for
we're-
the family. It's a
It's
family.
a family show.
It's a adult family show.
Yes.
So it's really 5 to 105.
Yeah.
We can play casinos and we do family shows.
Yeah. So I'll leave
And-
my 106-year-old grandmother at home.
Yeah, 106 I leave at home, but 105
It's still fine.
definitely bring her
Totally.
along.
And we
you
are
She's
can
no
buy
fun
tickets
anyway.
online at the Station Theater.
And we're starting
And-
August the 6th as our first show. August
Yeah,
the 6th.
August 6th until Labor Day.
That's my
Until-
son's birthday.
Whoa, happy early
Well-
birthday. Well,
I think you have no choice right now. You owe it to your son to bring him to our show
I think I do.
on the
Yeah.
6th. Yeah.
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 So we're starting August 6th, which is a Friday, then Saturday, Sundays, all the way to Labor Day weekend. And
Yeah.
that's the first weekend in September.
Yeah. And tickets are selling really fast. I think I wondered what would happen, but
Oh, people are
like
hungry.
we just spread
People
the
are
word
hungry.
Yeah.
a couple of days ago. We've already sold a ton of tickets. So they're going really fast, and I don't know if we can add any more shows. I'm not sure if that's possible. So
And-
if you want to come, really,
Yeah, and get
look
your
into it right away.
tickets at smithsfallstheater.com. That's the Stations Theater website. So
Yeah.
you can go, or you call the Stations Theater, of course.
Yeah.
And it would be great if you could fill a pot of 5 or 4. It's great. Or if you have friends, in a bubble, if you want to sit together, you got to get the tickets together or let them know that you're coming together.
Yeah. So, I mean, our
So they can
listeners,
place
I'm
you.
sure, are tempted already, but
Yeah,
how much are tickets?
that's right.
$20 for children and students,
Yeah.
and $30 for everyone else.
That's so
Yeah.
cheap.
It's
Yep.
very cheap.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like going to a movie 10 years ago.
Well,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, and then
Plus HST.
plus
though.
Yeah, it's a
HST,
given.
but yeah.
Yeah.
That's a
But,
given. Buy 5 tickets, folks.
And
Don't cheap
apparently,
out.
I'm told that we're very good.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
been told. Yeah.
And then after the show,
I'm going to buy 5 tickets and scalp them.
yeah.
That's a great idea.
great idea. Great idea. So, and after the show,
Maybe
we
I'll
would
start
meet
doing
you.
that. That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after the show, we will sort of from a distance meet and greet, probably outside.
Don't tell
or-
anyone, but we're going to be in the parking lot after the
There's
show
a show.
saying hi,
Saying hi.
because we're not allowed meeting people inside. We have to
Yeah.
follow all the protocols.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
So
we'll
we're
be there.
following all the protocols.
We are. We are.
But you're double vaxxed?
Yes,
Oh,
we are.
Yeah.
Big time.
I may be triple vaxxed by the time we do the show.
I think
might
I'm
even
gonna
go
get
in
triple
for like
vaxxed.
4.
Yeah, no.
You know what happened to me?
What happened to you?
I got
Were
a
you
tech.
sick?
No, I'm not sick.
Okay.
No. Nothing like that. But I got the mixed vax.
Like,
You know, like the 2 different.
I got
was,
to.
Yeah.
I was I feel like everybody did. But I got a text.
Mm-hmm.
Well, my wife got the text. But it was like it mentioned 3 times. It said Pfizer. My first one was Pfizer. It was like,
Mine
hey,
too.
if you got Pfizer, we have a second dose available for you. Pfizer
Yeah.
receiver.
Right.
And then we showed up and like, so you're getting Moderna today. I'm like,
That's what?
what?
happened to me.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I
happened
felt
to me.
a little duped.
Tell me about it.
And I didn't really care. And I talked to the doctor there. And he's like, I'm a doctor. It's the same. It's same shit, different pile. Like, okay, stick me, doc.
Yeah.
And now I can't go to the States.
What?
Yes, I'm hearing things like that.
There's travel problems because the
Yeah.
States isn't recognizing mixed vaxes.
Yeah.
No way.
Now, I don't have any plans to go to the States. I don't know about you and your
Well,
touring
we
show and shit.
did.
Well,
Like,
we're getting our visa renewed will take a little while. So we're
Right
not,
now,
we
they
won't
say
be touring in the
February.
States for
Yeah.
a while.
yeah.
Yeah,
We had an O1 visa for 3 years, and now we don't
we
have
don't
one.
because
So-
it expired.
Yeah.
After 3
So,
years. and
yes,
no
when it's
contract.
time to do that,
We'll look
we're
into
mixed. So how many more vaccines do we need to get in
Yeah, I
order
don't
it.
to
If we just get another
get
of a
into the
same,
U.S.?
whatever.
Last had I don't know if they're offering that,
Yeah.
because they have it on record.
I'm not
Well, you
sure.
already got 2, and it's real. I don't even think it's less of a Canada thing and more of an Ontario.
Really?
thing. Yeah, Ontario. That's the
okay.
last headline I saw, at least. that
Okay.
Ontario specifically is like petitioning
Yeah.
other countries in general, but the U.S. specifically to
Right.
recognize, because the U.S. is not recognizing mixed vax because
Okay.
they didn't do that down there.
Right, right.
And I was
So the
expecting
key
to get the
is-
Pfizer.
Yeah, yeah, me
Don't
too.
watch the news, and you'll be fine.
I do my best not
Yeah.
to watch the news. Yeah,
But no, we
don't
do
even have
want to go
TV.
work in the U.S. again because
Yes.
we've had some really fun times there.
We do, and
The
we have
Magic
lots of
Castle
friends.
in California
Yeah,
is
that was
so
so
much
cool.
fun.
Oh.
So we want to
Yeah,
go back there.
That was so nice. Love the Magic Castle.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to go back, please. And they also have very nice theaters. Like Canada has a lot of beautiful theaters, and we're touring the Canadian theaters in a rotation of 2 to 3 years. We would go back to all these venues. But the US, of course, offers a lot more theaters.
Of course.
So, and in the winter,
And you can
a
drive
large
for an
place.
hour instead of driving for 9 hours.
that's right.
Yes.
Or even longer.
Yes.
You know, like when we would go out west,
You
one
don't
year
have to
we
drive 9 hours north.
north. Exactly. Because we have gone to Fort McMurray quite a few times, you know, and then the next show was like in Fort St. Joseph, Fort St. something. Anyway. And so like you literally drive all the way up north to go all the way back down to go right back up north again. And then the following year, it's so nice when we go all of a sudden to like, you know, I don't know, just into the US where there's no snow. Yeah, it's nice too in the winter getting a break. Or when we toured Bermuda, that was awesome. Like, so we would fly to Bermuda in the middle of a blizzard, leaving Toronto.
Yeah,
And then
February. Bermuda Festival of the Arts.
that was nice.
That worked.
How many shows did you do in Bermuda? Just
Well,
the one festival, or was
we-
it?
I think it was 5.
It was 5. You're supposed to have
5
done
shows?
3, but the ticket sales were so
All within
good.
the same
Was- yeah,
festival?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we did
Yeah,
5
I think
shows.
we were booked for 3 shows, and then I levitated Marion in the air on the beach, and it was a really cool photograph. And
Yeah.
so we sold out 2 more shows.
Yeah.
So we got to stay a little longer,
Yeah.
and it's a nice place to be in February.
Yeah, Bermuda's awesome.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Lots
Yeah.
of history there.
Yes.
Nice old churches.
Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, my family's from Bermuda, so I used to go there every year.
Nice,
And there's a ton of Outerbridges in Bermuda, and it's gorgeous. Beautiful beaches, beautiful history, and
My dad spent a lot of time in Bermuda
Oh,
on
cool.
business. He's an accountant, and that being a tax
Banking.
shelter there.
banking.
Right.
Lots of banking going
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
Banking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Banking, bootleggers, pirates. Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone, so in the winter, you have to wear long pants
The
if
locals.
you're a Bermudian.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were tourists, so we would wear flip flops and shorts. But
Right.
was
during the
25
winter, you have to
degrees.
wear long pants in Bermuda. It's, the way to go.
Right. Now, is that a climate thing or a fashion thing?
That's a fashion thing. Like
Yeah,
Bermudians are more British than the British.
yeah. Right,
so
right,
they
right, yeah.
follow all the,
Yeah.
The rules.
No white after Labor Day.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And linen,
So those headphones are only
Totally.
good for another month.
Sorry.
Shit.
You can give them to me afterwards. It's okay. I take them. It's okay.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
Well, thank
this is by
you.
That was a
far
great
my longest
Yes.
podcast ever.
Wow.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
We're,
us too.
We're at 148 minutes.
Wow.
That's a long time.
That's a long
Is that
time.
longer than your show?
Yes,
Yes.
it is.
Nice.
And the last podcast we did was called Magic and Martinis
Yeah.
Yes.
with
Scott Wells.
Scott Wells
In
in Texas.
Texas.
And so he pours you
He-
this triple martini, and then you're chatting, and then you have an intermission So he makes you another triple martini.
Yeah.
And I don't know martinis at all. I know beer and wine.
Yeah.
So I have my second triple martini. So in the second half of the podcast, I got really quiet and Marion took over
I
because
turned
I was
into
just
motor mouth because I had to make up for Ted, who was not that well
Ted,
anymore.
would you like to contribute to that? Yeah.
It was really funny. But yeah,
It was a
so
lot
if
of
you
fun.
ever would listen to that
Magic and
podcast,
martinis.
like I think a lot of magicians have actually listened to it.
Yeah.
It was
Like, Ted, you
they
were
call
pretty
it-
quiet in the second half.
Yeah,
What happened?
they all went
Where
like-
were you?
Yeah, it was
Well-
kind of nice that Marion was there, but
Fortunately,
it
we
was
were
funny.
staying at Scott's house that
Yeah,
night. We
it
did
was good.
we gave a lecture
Yeah.
in his town, and then
Yeah.
we did the
Yeah, we went Houston,
Magic and
Texas.
martinis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So-
fun though. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Like
it was a
super
lot of
nice
fun.
guy. And anyway, but it was just funny. It was a good one. Like he does it every Thursday. Magic
Yeah.
and Martini. It's
You know,
called.
if you're a magician, if your car breaks down, you can go call any magician in that city and go, "Hey, my car broke down. I'm a magician. Help me out." And they will come. Like
Yeah.
it's like
a
a
family.
brotherhood. It's a family.
It's quite wonderful. I mean,
Yeah.
the magic clubs, magicians are all, they kind of help each other out.
Oh yeah, I'll bet. I mean, musically, I've done a lot of different things, but I came originally from like the heavy metal scene, as you can see from
Really?
my
Oh,
t-shirts.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I was a metal guy, and
Yeah.
you know, it's pretty niche,
Yeah.
pretty niche thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, you can help a brother out
Mm-hmm.
or sister.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I was going to become a magician or a goaltender or a heavy metal guitarist.
Nice.
And it was, yeah.
I tried my hand at heavy metal guitar, but I was just a little too lazy, and then I switched to the less lazy thing and became a metal drummer.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, my son's a drummer. He's a good drummer. And it's too bad he didn't, get to chat with you longer when he was here. But
other
Next
times. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
standing
next time.
by to
time.
go to Taiwan right now.
What,
But the next time I get
what kind
him
of
over
drummer
here.
is he?
What kind of drummer?
What style of music?
Uh,
Rock, punk,
yeah, rock.
jazz.
Jazz and rock. Yeah, rock,
Yeah,
jazz.
I would say so.
Yeah,
But I think maybe
not
you need
punk,
to ask Matt.
not heavy
Yeah.
metal.
No.
But rock, jazz. Yeah.
I
He
did.
enjoys it very much.
I was actually a death metal drummer.
He's not a death metal drummer.
Did
Yeah.
a little bit of punk rock and hardcore too.
Okay.
Mm.
Uh-huh. Well, you guys gotta go
Hook up.
hit something together.
Yes. Yeah. that
I
would
got
be
drums
cool.
right there. He can come.
Right.
He can try
Yeah.
them out.
Right.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
more
Well,
drums
next
upstairs.
time he comes,
Uh-huh.
That whole road case,
Okay.
yeah,
that's full of
cool.
drums.
Amazing.
Very cool.
Amazing.
Very cool.
Well, last
Anyway.
time he was here,
Hey.
we, it just wasn't.
We're
the
gonna
thing
wrap
to
it
do.
up.
Yes.
Because
we probably
we're
should.
at 151 minutes.
No. We better
Yeah, we
stop.
should try to keep it under 2 hours.
Absolutely. We
Yeah.
got to keep it under 2
No,
hours.
it's well over 2 hours.
Okay. Well, maybe you can cut some minutes.
Oh, 151 minutes.
Clearly, you're magicians,
151.
not mathematicians.
What happened?
What happened, Ted?
No, it's a good
Okay.
time. That's
well,
no-
awesome time. But
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Well,
having us.
Well,
Matt.
thanks for
It's
coming out, guys.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
And that was my chat with Ted and Marion Outerbridge. We knew some of the same people from other places. How about that? That's always so fun. What a small world this can be. Small town living. Thank you for tuning in to episode 4. It's episode 4 of On. And thank you once more to this episode's sponsors, Water and Rail, available at the Arts Hub. Go get it with your discount code podcast10. Go grab a hoodie and some sunglasses, and then with your cool new look, you go take a strut over to Bowie's on 20 Russell Street. Live music. You've probably heard about the place, and if you haven't gone yet, what are you waiting for? Now's the time. The world's open back up. Didn't you hear? Thanks for tuning in, folks. We will connect with you again in a couple weeks. Until then.